What's going on? I am Nando.
And I'm DJ.
And listen to me. You have to listen to this podcast right now, because if you don't, then the entire world is going to explode forever, and it'll be your fault, because my name is Diggins.
And this is Mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where every week we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woohoo! DJ, you sound like the sad one, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm another cog. I'm a cog in the machine.
You know what,
sad.
listener? Without the video, you can't tell this, but we can see right here on the screen, DJ's on his dang phone.
Mm-hmm.
And now
He's bleeding from the nose. Yeah, you just
well, it's okay.
crying blood like the Schiffer.
I'm going to strap on my cool Apple Pro goggles. Oh,
No!
wow.
Oh, no.
And he's pulling it out. And he's just going to town.
Oh, my God.
I knew that's
This
what
is
happens
amazing.
when she leaves the room.
Better than real life. Wow.
It is
I mean,
better
it's
than
the
real
only
life.
a
It's a
reasonable
low bar.
explanation.
Yeah.
Why did I do official
Oh,
gag
yeah,
for this?
good
We don't record this video. It's amazing.
I mean, maybe this is for the FBI agents who are listening to us
Oh,
or something,
no.
you know?
fuck.
Or whatever
Mhm.
intelligence we sold out to at some point. So you never know. But yeah, I thought, DJ, I thought you may have been depressed because of the horrible Super Bowl of this week.
Oh,
Which we
my
haven't talked
God.
about really, but
The
I
Chiefs
guess can
didn't
be kind of
win.
the news.
Sorry for
The
people who bet the
Chiefs
Chiefs.
didn't win.
Man.
Almost. They almost won.
Yeah,
They won by not being there, honestly. It was bad.
they had a shot.
Mm.
I really think the Chiefs were going to come in at the end and be like, guys,
Yeah.
come on. Secret episode at the end of the NFL season.
Yeah. Where they go
unreleased
back into
secret
the upside
episode.
down. Yeah. Vecna and Taylor Swift come out. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Cut his head off. But yeah, no, Super Bowl bad. Diggins, did you watch? Because I was over at the thing with DJ, but
I did not watch, no.
But
Because of
did
Bad
you
Bunny.
watch Bad Bunny's halftime show? Or
No.
did you watch the Great American halftime show?
the TPUSA America halftime show. White, white, white. That's what they call it now.
Obviously, I watched the TPUSA America halftime show, White, White, White.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch the commercials. I didn't watch the
Wow.
halftime show. I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch nothing.
Wow. You
Man.
should watch the Bad Bunny halftime show. It's interesting.
It is
Like,
interesting.
The staging is quite elaborate for a halftime show.
Very early on, it was very reminiscent of the COVID the Weekend Super Bowl. Remember when
Yes.
the Weekend was going through
Mhm.
mirrors and shit, and because it was super close to a Bad Bunny, it was going through the sugarcane fields, and I'm like, this super feels like the Weekend Super Bowl halftime show. But then it opened up and I don't want to say got better, but visually was more interesting. I don't like the super close ups because I like the wedding scene because I like the Super Bowl to feel big. My biggest complaint about Kendrick's last year is it felt very small, but I really want my Super Bowl halftime shows to feel so big. I think best recent example is Rihanna's. Rihanna had an awesome Super Bowl halftime show where I know at one point she was on the Super Smash Brothers
Oh, yeah. Final Destination.
whatever, Final Destination, no, but just the three platforms and but she was suspended.
The three platforms is Battlefield.
Oh, yeah, that's
Battlefield,
true.
thank you.
Three
It was
platforms is Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield. Or even the silly, what was it, the Snoop Dogg Usher Super Bowl with that stupid big house and Usher was hanging upside down. That was
I kind of remember that. Yeah.
It was the LA Super Bowl. But that
I
was
forget.
crazy. That felt huge.
It helps that this one had a lot of dancers. An insane amount of dancers.
And all the people.
Yeah,
You know
that's
that?
true. Diggins, did you see any of that? The grass people?
The grass people. There were grass people.
I saw bush people. Are they the grass people?
Bush people. Bush
Yeah.
people, whatever. Yeah.
They were. I would say they were supposed to be like a sugar. That was
Yeah.
They were supposed to be. I don't know what you'd call that. Like a field.
The plants were
but yeah.
people. That's what it was.
plants-
The plants were
Plantation,
people.
perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah, but what do you call the individual things on a plantation?
Not the
Instead of a
actual
bush, is
people.
it a stalk?
The
Are they
crops?
stalks?
I think it's a stalk of sugarcane, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
something like
The
that.
stalks were people.
So yeah, they were all people because they couldn't load them on fast enough. So they were just like, let's just get people to do it. They could run out.
I hope they were all paid.
Pretty good.
I hope that was
Yeah,
a
of
union
course they were all
job.
paid.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, that would be crazy if in your metaphor for how the plantations did it, you also didn't pay the people pretending to be the plantations. That'd be really fun. Unless they were all plantation owners, like relatives or like descendants, then that would be pretty cool.
Well, the artists aren't paid.
No, they're not. But I do know you get paid if you're
like a backup dancer or something like that. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the artist pays the people who perform in the show with them.
I think
because they're hiring them to help them do the show.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
it was a good halftime show.
It was okay. It wasn't as good as the TPUSA, but Super White America halftime show. So you're a fan of
like when Kid Rock really struggled to take that leather jacket off.
I watched it. Did either of you guys watch it?
No.
I haven't even seen clips of it, so I don't know if Diggins is making up something or if that really happened.
That's the one clip I saw. Kid Rock tries to do the cool guy thing where you throw off your leather jacket, but he kind of does it halfway, and then he spends like a couple minutes really wrestling with it, trying to get it all the way off.
Oh no! I heard he did poor lip syncing. That's what I had heard. Is that it was very
so there have been many excuses for what this was. I'm only willing to believe the third one, which is the most recent excuse. The first excuse, which I don't buy at all, was that what was it?
A staffer did it.
No. Maybe I'll remember. The second excuse was definitely that the first excuse was that it was part of the bit. Like the bit was he was going to lip sync his songs poorly, and then there's no narrative that you could even kind of connect that to. Mm-hmm. Second excuse, but neither of these came from him. But these are things I saw people saying online. Second excuse was that, it's like a call and like he's talking to his DJ, so he usually wouldn't sing those words. It just didn't look good because there was no DJ. That wasn't true either, if you pay attention to like him and what that song is. The third excuse that I did hear him explain is that it was taped live, but it wasn't performed live. And the people who exported the video fucked it up. So the audio was just off for his part.
Oh my
God. But
like
in reality, if you shift it over a second, it's true. I haven't tested that, but that's the one that I'm like, they could have fucked that up because they could fuck a lot of things up. He could fuck his own songs up, but they could fuck him up too. But I wouldn't even say he was the worst one. I mean, that thing was weird, but there was a guy who sang a song that was really embarrassing. I mean, it's not really embarrassing because it's probably like his biggest song, but it was just about things he likes. And either you see any of this?
I saw Jon Stewart did a bit on this.
Yeah. So that guy, I don't know this guy's name. It's Brinley some shit or something. They're all named Brackley Coplin or whatever. Sure. He standing there with the guitar doing a song about how he just wants the simple things that you can't have anymore, like cold beer and big truck, dog, feeding dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are all
there's
illegal
too many pronouns. And they do get to the pronoun bits at the end. Like, I want boys to be boys or something. And yeah, I don't know what the trans people, maybe trans people in Texas are different. Like maybe they're just big armies flipping over all the pickup trucks. We don't get
shooting
it,
all the dogs.
We don't experience it. But
heating
they're like
up all the beer.
away all the boots, all the fishing poles, anything they like. They're just ripping them in half.
Weirdly, they don't throw out the beer, but they have like little flamethrowers, and they like warm up your mug of beer whenever you're trying to drink it, so your beer's always warm.
They derail that big Coors Light train that is cold in the commercials. They throw pennies onto the thing, and then it's just like, I don't know. I've been to Texas, but I didn't experience any of them. So, maybe this guy, Brinley Bronson or whatever, maybe he's got a point. I don't know, but it seems pretty bizarre, the song that he sang. There was like a backlash to the Bad Bunny one, but they couldn't really get much of a backlash out, honestly. Because like, he had American flag. He said America in it. He didn't say no ice. He didn't wear a skirt. He didn't like do anything like that. They were just mad because the dancing was too sexy. But I feel like that's true of all the Super Bowls these days. Like, they're all
some
sexy.
of them helpfully were like, I don't like that he spoke Spanish and wasn't white.
Yeah, well,
and I'm like,
that.
Well, I believe you. I believe that is what you're mad about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's also, it's dumb because like, I understand like I didn't think he was going to do any like big powerful statement. He had the only thing more powerful than hate is love, right? And like it's like a very rally around
beautiful
thing. Although people will find a way to hate that. Like also in the pregame, I didn't watch this, but you had Green Day in the pregame, and like yeah, they're white, but like in a whole album in the mid 2000s, like their hate goes back to Bush 1, carried to Bush 2, and like has been hating conservatism and Republican establishment forever, and just nothing. Just nothing about Green Day did the pregame. Did their whiteness save them? I guess so.
I mean, I think they're just kind of boring now. Like, I feel like they were fun
Green
then.
Day? Well,
Green Day. Well, okay. I think the thing was back when they were kind of like anti-establishment, there was like a pretty strong like establishment push to like say nice things about America, otherwise you're bad. And like, I don't think that really exists now. Like, they want that to exist, but like, I feel like most of the musicians are like, we really don't like Ice. At the Grammys last week, everybody said, except for what's his name, except for who's the one who didn't? What's the name of the guy who used to be an alcoholic and that's all he sings about? Oh shit, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll talked about. They asked him like, "What do you think about Ice?" And he's like, "I'm just a dumb hillbilly. I don't know nothing about no politics. You shouldn't even ask me." And then it was like, he had pictures with Donald Trump at wrestling matches, sir. You at least met this guy. Like, but yeah.
He knows, man. He knows liberals listen to his music too. He's very focused on Jesus. Very focused on
He loves Jesus. Loves Jesus and redemption. And listen, redemption, fine. That's cool. Jesus, I'm 50-50 on. But the Ice, I mean, you guys think Jesus would like Ice? Not in like I think he might. Jesus was an immigrant. It's a very fundamental thing. A lot of immigrants like Ice, TJ. Pull the ladder up behind you. That's fine. Not all, but like, it's not exclusively. I wish it was the other way around, but it's not. I
don't think Jesus would be a fan. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm super
I think we'd have to
this,
explain a lot of things to Jesus before he could formulate an opinion about Ice. I think there'd be a lot that he'd been missing since 33 AD. ACE.
Except Jesus' omnipotence would let him know what Ice is already.
Is Jesus omnipotent?
Explains that, because Jesus is God and God's omnipotent. So
I think you mean omniscience in this case, but yes,
that's true. But yeah,
that is what I mean. I don't think. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nando.
I was just gonna say, like, so in the Bible, Jesus gets his guys rats him out, and then he's like, "It's all right, buddy." Right? He's nice to him.
He forgives. Yeah.
He doesn't go like, "You're going to hell."
No,
right?
There's no point.
Because then, if that was how Jesus acted, I'd be like, maybe he'd be on board.
I mean, I feel like, and theologians, feel free to argue this if you like. I feel like it's generally accepted that Judas did go to hell.
I mean,
well,
probably
Jesus forgave him, or was like, it's cool. You can't go to hell for that.
I don't think he directly forgave Judas in the moment, but he wasn't like, "Fuck you, bro." Like,
he just
Jesus
accepted that it happened.
Yeah, he gave forgiveness to those who saw it, right? Like his very last moments, the guy on the cross was like, and he's like, "You'll have a seat in heaven," right? Because he was like, "Stop making fun of Jesus, bro. Jesus is cool." And he's like, "Thanks, sir. Man." Yeah.
Enjoy this comfy heaven chair.
I bet the chairs in heaven are super fucking comfy.
Do you think you even need to sit, or just standing feel like sitting in heaven?
Oh my God.
Top.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that would be like.
I mean, I just assume. I mean, it's a perfect world, better than our world. Maybe that's what the difference is, because you do stand when you put the headset on. Maybe that's just, it feels like sitting. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jesus, he wasn't at the halftime show. There's probably actually a lot of Jesus at the halftime show. Probably.
Yeah, that sounds
right. For sure. There was also, well, not Jesus. We had the Holy Mother of Jesus, Jessica Alba, Mrs. Invisible Woman, and then Mr. Fantastic, Pedro Pascal was there. That was pretty good. We got two of the Fantastic Force.
Wow.
I know.
Mhm,
Couldn't get Michael
mhm.
B. Jordan? Did they call him? They should have called him. I bet he
Yeah.
would have gone.
I mean,
I don't know.
listen, Michael B. Jordan, he might be busy, but what about what's her name? Kate Mara? I bet
Kate
she
Mara.
has it open.
See, I want one of each character. I want a Mr.
Right.
Fantastic, an
I
Invisible
see.
Woman, a Human Torch, and a thing.
Which human torch do you want?
Him. I think he's the
Okay.
coolest. Just because I don't want their thing. Nothing against whoever that is, but I feel like we get Michael B. Jordan and then the guy who played the thing in the Roger Corman one, who is still alive, because they were all in the new movie and stuff. So let's get them. He'd be kind of out of place with the rest of everybody, but I'm sure he'd be having fun. You know,
Mhm. He'd be in his big, styrofoam suit that they made for
Yeah.
that movie or whatever.
he wears it everywhere. Otherwise, how do people know to praise him? The I'm trying to think. Was there anything else interesting? Ricky Martin was there. Diggins, you love Ricky Martin. Remember Ricky Martin?
I remember Ricky Martin.
Yeah, pretty cool. That was Ricky Martin, right, DJ?
Yes, it was.
Okay, yeah.
Had him, Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah. Well,
Right.
Like,
That's why
what
the
do people call
perfidious
her?
Italians have been cast out from whiteness.
mhm. I think you mean Harley Quinn, DJ. The
Oh,
fabulous
right.
Harleen Quinzel
Yeah.
or whatever that character's name
Yeah.
was in the movie. Didn't do any songs from Joker 2. Bullshit. They probably
Well-
might cut him because of politics.
Is that song? I know it's not in Joker 2, but is it not on the album?
I was wondering about that. Yeah, I didn't look that up, but I feel like the lyrics did have some jokeriness to them.
Because the song's
There was-
called "Die with a Smile." I am like 96% sure. Again, while that song is not in the movie, it is on the album. I
It was
guess-
released as a standalone single in 2024 with Bruno Mars.
to coincide with the movie, though, right?
It
No,
seems like it was in
damn it.
August, which is a little early. Oh, hold on. Here we go. According to Fauntleroy, I don't know who that is, Mars originally considered pitching an early version of the song for Lady Gaga's project Harlequin or the film Joker Folie à Deux, in which Gaga stars. The first led Mars to consider her as a potential collaborator. So it doesn't seem like it was part of those, but that was kind of where
Yeah.
the idea came from. And they were just like, this song is too good to waste on the movie everybody's going to hate. So we should probably try to make money off this. And then we'll do it later. But yeah, she did have that whole Harley Quinn album.
Yeah, I forgot about Harlequin.
I haven't listened to it in a while. Wonder if it's good.
Yeah. Is Die with a
Yeah, it does-
Smile on the album?
It's not on the album.
But I'm thinking about that she released last
Oh.
year.
I mean, she just made that one song that plays on the radio all the time. That's all I know. But Diggins, did you see any of the beautiful movie trailers? Oh my God, Diggins.
Nope.
Not a one?
Not a one.
What was your favorite, DJ? Was it Woody's butt?
It wasn't Woody's butt.
Woody the toy from Toy Story?
Yeah. They did a bit about like jeans or something, and like they showed Woody's butt from behind. Not his like bare butt, but like his jeaned butt. People thought there was going to be a full trailer for it and just wasn't, so that's kind of what we got.
I liked the tight end commercial. I thought that bit was pretty funny.
Which one was that?
They had like a bunch of like tight ends, and it was like a commercial for like instead of like a colonoscopy, you get like a finger prick to, test for that stuff. Do you not just know?
What's the fun in that? What? I don't know. Man, this modern technology's gone too far. The movie convinced me. So wait, is it like a scan for colon cancer or something?
Yeah. I think it's something that will tell you like if you need to do a colon cancer screening. Like it's a derivation of like you've ever seen the poop in a box commercials.
Yeah.
I think it's like a kind of play on the poop in a box, but
I'm going to be very wary of anything that's making literally the exact same promise as Theranos.
I was gonna say, my girl Lizzie Holmes.
Well-
Everybody checked on her in a while. She's still in prison. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
What happened to Fire Festival 2? Did they ever do that?
didn't they?
I don't know. He was raising money for it and selling tickets, but I don't know if that actually happened.
He just took the money and ran.
Probably. And it's up to him. Good for him.
I just thought it was a fun play on like tight end. Like, there's literally a part of the commercial where like it's like people's butts like unclenching. Like,
I guess I get it. Yeah, I get it. I think it's fine. That's not bad.
I liked it.
I hear our pal Joey was in a commercial.
He was in a commercial. Joey from Friends? Yeah.
It wasn't a very good commercial though.
I heard it was a dog shit commercial.
It was
I thought it was kind of cute, but it didn't work. Like, I get what they were going for.
The problem is because these Dunkin' commercials are like assume you know about the Dunkin' cinematic universe.
Yeah.
And like
it was all,
exactly.
That's why it was the DCEU or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Because DCU was already taken by Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also one of those stupid commercials you had to watch the pre-commercial that came out like 2 weeks ago or whatever. Or like 2 weeks before. I don't like it. I don't know. So I wasn't a fan of that commercial.
See what this one was, Diggins? Do we need to explain it to you, or are you familiar?
I know it's like kind of like a Goodwill Hunting thing, and they de-aged a bunch of people, but that's all I know.
Yeah, they de-aged people, set it in Dunkin' Donuts where Goodwill Hunting is not set, but also they like shot it like a sitcom, like kind of like, Full House. So it doesn't look like Goodwill Hunting. They do say some of the lines from Goodwill Hunting, and yeah, it's him, Joey George, Ben Affleck, who is it?
Urkel, right? Urkel was in that commercial.
Oh yeah, Jaleel White for sure, and then Jennifer Aniston and somebody. Oh, and Tom Brady. And so
yeah,
but yeah, it didn't. I feel like there's a funny commercial there, but they didn't do it.
They didn't find it.
They got lost. Yeah, I missed. You guys remember Dunkachino? Like the Al Pacino one? Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
They could just keep doing that. Maybe they don't sell whatever that is anymore. They probably still sell cappuccino. But yeah, that commercial was interesting. I mean, people liked it. I saw the Discord excited about Joey. So there's that. And then I'm trying to think, was there any commercial? There were Minions. We got Minions again.
We'll never be free of Minions.
No. Yeah, and
those movies
Mario's. They do. Yeah. The Minions movies make more than the Despicable Me movies, I think. Like, they're so...
Oh, yeah.
And you don't even have to write those. You just have people say stuff into the microphone and guess.
Soon it'll be all AI.
Have a guy go like, banana!
Yeah.
And then somebody, like, their overalls drop and you see their little butt and they go, oh!
Mm-hmm.
And then another guy gets stuck in a vending machine or something. I don't know.
Well, I did hear that there is something somewhat historic about this with, like, it's the first Minions movie without one specific character or with like a two-eyed tall minion or something. I don't know. I've never watched the Minions, but they have. So that's people probably excited about that. Yeah, no, I think the whole thing was pretty bad. The worst commercial for sure for me was the karaoke commercial. Went way too long.
Oh, dude. Awful.
And it ended up being for Coinbase. So that was fun. But it was a Backstreet Boys song, and I saw videos of people singing it like on social media when it came on, and you couldn't. I would run out of that party if that was what happened where we were.
The crazy thing about that commercial for the party Nando and I were at was like the not a lot of people are very into the commercials at the party, not because it's like rude, but like people just generally don't care. But like this commercial came on
their dang phones, probably.
Mm-hmm. That too.
Probably.
Everyone stopped talking. Everyone was like focused on the screen, just like waiting to see what happened. And then when it was like Coinbase, we were all like, ah! Like it was like,
it really was like a honorable sigh. On one hand, too, I love that the cryptocurrency is bad now, but also I still feel like it probably worked. Yeah, it always kind of bounces back. So
they're back, but buy the dip. Buy the dip, guys. Don't be cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the dip.
No.
Well, you saw that the decline in Bitcoin is quite correlated with the rise in prediction markets. So I feel like the people who like Bitcoin have realized that what they really like is gambling, and they found a more direct way to do that.
I think you're right. Also,
you seen-
DJ, Bitcoin is
Yeah.
still down on the 5-day like average.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit up today, but it's still
That's
not doing good.
why you buy the dip. Did you guys see that these prediction markets have now derivative markets?
Yes, which
Have
is
you seen
awesome.
this, Diggins? So, like, a really stupid example is like, will Jesus come back by 2027, right? And that's hovering at somewhere like 4%. There's a separate market that, and this is real. I'm dead serious. You can bet on, will that first market ever exceed 5%? So now you can bet on the outcomes of like the prediction markets.
But like
things.
the people betting on that second one can affect the first thing. That's not a fair bet.
This Diggins, it's fucked. This
No,
whole
man.
thing's fucked.
Man, the movie's right. We're all going to die.
It's not, yeah, it had the wrong scope, but
Yeah.
it's correct.
It's gotta save something for the sequel, you know? That'd be
prediction market.
prediction markets now or something.
That has to be a bubble that's going to collapse. I must imagine.
I don't see how. Gambling casinos never stop making money except for the ones Donald Trump runs into the ground, but like mostly
Well, they're going to
It's
collapse when the economy collapses and no one has money
Yeah,
to gamble
that's true.
anymore.
Well, did you see the Giannis thing?
now what did he do?
So, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is a basketball player for the Bucks, he had been like tiptoeing around, like, "Oh, am I going to get traded, or am I going to stay with the team?" Blah blah blah. So, NBA trade deadline passes. He doesn't get traded. 2 days later, he announces a partnership with Kalshi.
Oh.
So it's like, was he deliberately doing that to get people to like vote on
Yeah.
it, right? Like this whole thing is like insane. Like,
Yeah, that's interesting.
it's
Are there any Kalshi bets on podcasts? You know, could we get Jesus to come back? What do we have to do, DJ? You know the Bible. What summons Jesus? How many 3-star cards do you have to destroy or something to summon an 8-star Jesus?
The whole point is that we don't know, right?
We don't know. Yeah.
Actually, early the apostles and early disciples, like when Jesus is like, "I will return," they thought he'd be like, "Oh, see you in a week."
Couple hours.
They-
I'm just going back to heaven real quick to buy cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Yeah. They did not imagine it would be millennia. So they thought in their lifetimes they would see his return.
That would be wow. That'd be a bummer. If you're them.
Yeah, right? Like, I get nailed to this cross and Jesus didn't even come back yet, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Keep
I mean,
hunting
listen.
us.
He's got other shit to do. I would just assume he came back, but like went to like France or something, you know, just be like, what are the odds he's gonna come see us again? He's got other stuff to do, you know. Other
he
people
experiences-
need to kill him.
He experiences time differently too. So he might be like, what? I thought I was just gone for like a few minutes, right?
Like Merlin or It from the movie It.
Yeah.
That's
Comes
right.
backwards.
Shit. It's the most Jesus talk we've ever had on an episode of Mostly Nitpicking. Or Mad Bracket Status or
so.
anything we've ever done. We've yet to do Passion of the
definitely.
Christ. So if we ever do
Yeah.
that, then that'll max out our Jesus talk.
I mean, we definitely haven't. Like we usually don't talk about Jesus this much. Like it's specking out Jesus's like kit and like what, you know, when he's going to show up. But like we talk about the Bible and like religion sometimes.
Okay.
That's right.
But
that's
yeah.
fair.
Not a whole lot of that in this movie though, which is a shame.
No. Yeah. Well, I can't
But-
help you. I can't make the rapture happen, Diggins. I'm not a bus ad from 2012.
Well, of course you can't because you're a Catholic, DJ, and Catholics don't believe in the rapture.
That's also great.
Oh, do they not?
Jesus is second.
No, that's an evangelical thing.
Yeah.
What do they believe in?
Like Catholics, it's just
They
that Jesus, there will be a second coming of Jesus, but we don't believe in the rapture.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We're just waiting.
Yeah, well, you know.
We're patient.
Yeah,
like
you know,
Mormons,
like
Mhm.
Mormons.
and I guess the Jews too, and Muslims.
I
Oh my
guess.
God, is every
They're-
religion waiting? Are we all waiting?
Not my religion. Whatever it is, we're gonna get, like I'm saying, we're gonna try to jumpstart this Jesus thing. We just have to figure out the right combinations or like the right spell to get him out of there.
What do we put in the summoning circle?
Yeah. What's the Ark
On
of
the
the Covenant or something stuck in it? We gotta get him out. I think that would be a good way to like sell a religion these days. It's like, yeah, we're the proactive, we're the hustle grind set religion that's gonna, we're not waiting for Jesus to come back. We're gonna make Jesus come back.
We're Sigma Christians. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actively trying to get Jesus here.
Throw a smoke bomb into heaven or something. Then when he comes out, just grab him. That'd be pretty good. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But you guys, speaking of smoke bombs and stuff, there was a smoke bomb in this movie probably. We gotta talk about this movie. Speaking of people that don't die, but he did die. That's the great part about what Jesus did.
For us. And
didn't have a lot of fun either. What is Jesus? What like Catholics or Christians think about luck? Are they like, luck is stupid, everything's ordained by God? Or are they like, maybe things will happen there?
I don't know if that's like really a religion. Like, I don't know if that's really like
everything's
a religion thing.
like preordained, like
yeah
thing. That's kind of like a Calvinist sort of thing. It's not really a Catholic thing.
Yeah, like,
well, I feel like some religions, like I think Mormonism, you can't gamble, right? Because of like that. I imagine like the idea of cheating God's will or something. I don't know why.
I mean, if you find a lucky penny on the street, that's just lucky that you found a lucky penny.
Or was that penny put there by Final Destination to explode a big truck full of logs, like in the Final Destination movie? We saw how much that rolled from that lady's purse on purpose.
That's
it destroyed that whole tower and killed all those people.
Damn right. And speaking of killed all those people, we got to talk about this week's movie. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, from the twisted mind of Gore Verbinski, or whatever they said in the trailer. This is the big movie of this week. It's really not. I mean, it is, but there's so many big movies this week. It's hard for any movie to be the big movie of this week. And I don't even honestly couldn't tell you what's going to win the box office. Like, you usually figure it out, but like, it's going to be this. It's going to be Wuthering Heights. There's going to be the Goat movie, because Goat movie's for kids. The Wuthering Heights movie is for like couples, and like that's a Valentine's Day thing. And then this is closer to an action blockbuster. But like, yeah, any of those on any week could do really well.
I will say,
yeah,
I've heard of Goat and Wuthering Heights before. I had not heard of this movie until you said we should do it for the podcast, Nando.
Not at all? Oh,
not
man.
at all.
I told Diggins I had only seen a trailer at Mercy. Mercy was the first time I heard of this movie. So
that's wild. I've seen trailers for this for a while, and like I feel like I've seen the trailer for this at most movies I've seen in the last couple of months. But also, this is one of those things that's on my radar because I'm a big gore head. I love some gore.
Yeah, that's the person involved with this movie that you're obsessed with.
I mean, listen, I am kind of obsessed. Gore Verbinski, we'll talk about it, but just like so great on such a trash run recently, or like not. Well, I don't know. People like the one. What is it? Shape of Water or something? But like,
Shape of Water is not Gore Verbinski.
Yeah, it's not Shape of Water. What was it called? Cure for Wellness. I know there was a bathtub in it or something. Yeah, people like Cure for Wellness. Not my thing. But man, those Pirates movies, they were so good until that one guy ruined them by all his stuff. But like that first one is like the greatest action movie of my lifetime, I think. And yeah, and that's all gore. But anyway, you guys, we got to talk about this week's movie. Speaking of action movies, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It's a movie, came out this week. Who's in charge of the IMDb? I think it's DJ this week.
It's
is that
me.
Right?
Yes. And now I am here with the IMDb B as in spelling bee summary game from IMDb, where my two esteemed co-hosts have to guess the IMDb B as in summary for the this movie, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And everyone must be wondering, well, where does this summary come from that IMDb gets where does it get the summary from? And it's actually super appropriate for what we're recording and what this weekend is. But it actually goes all the way back to the days of Saint Valentine. We go all the way back to around the 400s. Or 200s. I think he was around the 200s, but then he was canonized in like the 400s. the original Valentine's Day was actually a pagan holiday where it was a fertility ritual where they would sacrifice goats and then take the like strips of goat skin and like whip women with it to increase fertility. But what they did afterwards, so like that was a cool ritual that happened, but they had all of these like other goat parts after. So what they did is they assembled the goat parts in like certain ways to divine from non-satanic means. It was not a satanic ritual at all. But for like they would get summaries for local plays and things like that, and it worked because there might be maybe you're in Rome and there's a play in Egypt and you're like, well, I can't go all the way to Egypt to see the play, but maybe I'll get a summary to see if it's worth it. So they would put together the extra goat parts and then do a summoning, and then they would know what the summary is. And that method for getting movie summaries has worked all the way till this day. And the IMDb folks do it. And I want to be clear, it is not satanic. It is a non-satanic ritual. It's a regular, normal, magical ritual with spare goat parts.
That makes sense. So, I feel like it's the kind of thing that like Jesus would like. They love sacrificing goats and stuff in the Bible, right? Isn't that something that happens?
That's more like, Old Testament-y.
It's all Old Testament stuff, but it does happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jesus liked it. He probably just didn't want to talk about it as much. But like if someone brought him a goat, and he'd be like, thanks, buddy.
Old Testament is where God is like, hey, kill your son. And Abraham's like, okay. And only when he's willing to do it is God like, psych.
But then he's like, kill a goat. I know you're bloodthirsty, sir. Here,
I do still want you to kill something, but here's a goat.
You already set up the sacrificial portion of this. Let's. I want to see some blood.
Went to all this work.
Yeah. Well, I have the summary here, the goat summon summary, and it's definitely a good like high level summary, right? Like if you're gonna summarize this movie and like sum it up, get like a high level view. I think it does a good job. It's not too long. Just go with your gut. Who goes first? Or who?
I'll go first because I get to choose, and I feel okay about this one. Having seen this trailer more than you guys, I feel like I'm an expert at what this movie is selling itself as. But yeah, no, here we go. Time traveler shows up at a diner and recruits a team of strangers to stop the creation of a AI that will destroy the world.
All right, Diggins.
That's pretty similar to what I was going to say, so I'll have to shake it up a little bit.
New rules. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Taylor Swift.
A man claiming to be a time traveler must assemble a group out of the random patrons of a diner to go on a mission to save the entire world.
Okay.
All right.
How do we do, DJ?
You're both close, and Diggins did have enough different stuff that was in the summary, some key words. But I made a tiebreaker too good to not do. So Nando's gonna get.
We're just in a game of high effort tiebreaker chicken now.
Yeah.
Who's the first one who's too lazy to make one?
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give Nando a 2-point lead in the tiebreaker. I think that's fair. I'm gonna read this. Diggins, you were so close with the phrase I thought you were gonna have. That was well. Anyway, so it's a man from the future.
Okay.
So not time traveler, man from the future, arrives at a diner in Los Angeles where he must recruit the precise combination of disgruntled patrons, Diggins, you had the word patrons, to join him on a one-night quest to save the world from the terminal threat of a rogue artificial intelligence. Nando had the portion of artificial intelligence, but I refused to not do this tiebreaker, so we have to do this tiebreaker. Like I said, Nando will get a 2-point lead for the tiebreaker. I'm going to reset the scoreboards from the last tiebreaker. And the name of this tiebreaker, gentlemen, is Do You Know Rockwell? I am going to give you both a series of titles.
I'm completely fucked.
I thought I knew Statham, and look what happened. So don't.
I am going to give you
just yet.
A series of titles. And you are to tell me, is it a movie that Sam Rockwell is in, or is it the title of a Norman Rockwell painting?
Okay. Okay. All right. So Diggins, maybe you can get the other part and then beat me with that. And maybe I'll know that. I don't know any Rockwell paintings, but
for the
We'll
bonus
see.
point, if you think it's a Sam Rockwell movie, give me the name of the character he plays in that movie. I have assembled 25 of these.
Good lord.
okay. That's a lot. But so let's get to it.
All right,
Wait,
let's
are we
get to
discording
it.
you this or
Discord.
then, or?
Yeah, we're discording
Okay.
again. Discord is the new medium for this. We will try to do these as quick as possible.
Until it like kicks us out for not having AI, whatever the fuck Discord's
Yeah.
doing this week to
Oh,
ruin itself.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I get to dodge the allegations of AI this time because I did it all myself. No AI was
Wow.
used. To make it
Congratulations.
a lot easier to not use AI. All right, we're gonna start off. We're gonna start with the first one. Argyle. What's
the question?
Is it a movie that Sam Rockwell is in, or is it a Norman Rockwell painting? And if you think it's a movie, you give me the character name for a bonus point. Just first name's fine. You don't need the full name of the character. Okay. Nando, you just said yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I figured because the name was, but anyway.
And he also said the bank job?
He would be good in that. He loves stealing.
So Diggins got the right way to do this. So I say Sam or Norman.
Okay.
But it's gonna be Sam or Norman. You're both correct. Sam Rockwell. Aiden Wild is his name.
Could not think of the name.
Well, Nando
Me
guessed
neither.
Rick, and I'm wondering if Nando's just going to guess Rick for every single one. So that is a point for
It's a good name.
each of you. Nando is up 3-1 because it's also bonus.
I
All
don't
right.
even have a Rick that I'm going for here. I should pick a name of one I know he is, but we'll see if that works.
Right. Next up, we have loitering with intent. Loitering with intent.
I'm going to put numbers so you can see which ones I
Thank
said.
you. All right. You both guessed Norman, and that is incorrect.
Damn it.
It is a movie that Sam Rockwell is in. Loitering with Intent. We should all check it out. I think it's based off a book.
Based off a painting, maybe. We'll find one of those.
Yeah, right. Okay. Next up, a tough one. A tough one.
Oh, that's the name of
that's the
thing.
name.
Okay.
Shit. The name of this is A Tough One.
Gotcha.
All right. You both guessed Norman Rockwell, and that is correct.
Wow.
A Tough One is a Norman Rockwell.
What's it look
painting.
like?
I can't.
You should send it to
describe
us
you.
in the
I-
chat.
Yeah, you
Okay,
didn't
fine.
have links ready to show us these beautiful paintings?
I would Google it, but I don't want to see what other names are and cheat.
Yeah, I know. I
So-
understand. All right. Well,
You can show us at the end. We'll do like a little
every
you know.
time I miss, and then well, all right. Next up is Light Sleeper. Light Sleeper. All right. You both once again guessed Norman. That is incorrect. This is Sam Rockwell. This is a movie that Sam Rockwell is in.
When does one come out?
I
want to
feel
get more of the
great about this.
information.
1992.
Okay, this is one of his
So,
first. Very
I
good.
went, yeah. I went deep in the bag for this. This one actually stars Willem Dafoe
You know,
and Susan Sarandon.
Wow.
I got to admit,
Yeah.
I had doubts as to how many movie titles could possibly sound like Norman Rockwell paintings, but I'm eating crow here.
I mean, I know so little about Norman Rockwell paintings. You could pretty much say anything. Say Iron Man 2. I'd be like, that might have been. Would be weird.
All right. Next up, we have Sailors. Sailors. This is our fifth one, by the way.
Yep.
All right. You both guessed Norman Rockwell, and that is correct.
Good.
Maybe if you both just guess Norman Rockwell every time, it'll work out.
It's kind of trending in that direction, isn't it?
It might be, yeah. Eventually I'll recognize one of these movies, but, well, maybe not. I don't know.
Next up is Home Sweet Home. Home Sweet Home.
Okay.
All right. All right, we have a different one. Nando, you guessed Norman Rockwell. Diggins, you said Sam Rockwell. It is a Norman Rockwell painting.
I thought it was a trick.
Yeah.
That was
Nando.
so. Was so Norman Rockwell. I was like, it must be a trick.
I know. And 3 in a row, I was like, it's gonna be a Sam Rockwell eventually. But then I was like, maybe it's all Normans from here on out.
Some of these, all right.
It's the bit.
Next one, Somebody to Love. Somebody to Love. All right. All right. You both guessed Sam Rockwell. Diggins, no name. Nando with Jack. Neither correct. This is a 1994 film. Oh, sorry, this is a Sam Rockwell film. You're both correct there. It's a 1994 film. Sam Rockwell is the Polish guy.
Okay.
Oh. Are you sure it's not the Polish guy? Like maybe he's
sure
selling
Polish
nail polish.
Probably.
Suppose it is possible. I will say, interesting cast here, starring Rosie Perez and Harvey Keitel.
Huh.
Steve Buscemi and Stanley Tucci's in this movie. So, a lot of...
Very 90s cast.
Yeah.
Keitel, Rosie Perez, they were everywhere.
Quentin Tarantino is the bartender. So him doing a role for a movie he was not involved in directing or writing or anything like that. So, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Next up, we have Veterinarian. Veterinarian. All right. You both guessed Sam Rockwell. That is incorrect. This is a Norman Rockwell painting. This one is just of a veterinarian. That's some of Norman Rockwell paintings are just like it's a thing.
Like one word. Yeah. Part of me was like, am I going to be able to figure out what the title of a Norman Rockwell painting just usually sounds like? But I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Because they're all over.
There's not really a pattern here, is there?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, don't worry. The more I think you guys get wrong, the better this is. All right. We're on to number 9. This one is Mercy. Mercy.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, wait.
All right. We have another one. And Nando, you guessed Sam Rockwell. Diggins, you guessed Norman Rockwell. And Diggins, I regret to inform you, this is a Sam Rockwell movie featured in the previous game, Mercy or No Mercy.
Which one is it?
Is it the lesbian detective one?
Is that the one we have to invent ourselves, right? Because it's not real? Or no, the one we have to
No,
make
this is real.
is
Sam Rockwell movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the church is the one we have to make up. The lesbian detective one was real.
This is not the lesbian detective one. This was a couple of people steal the daughter of a famous lawyer. Now they want money to give her back, but it's not just the money they want. They want revenge. And Sam Rockwell plays a character called Maddie.
Okay.
So, yeah. And he starred in this one.
I don't think I can climb out of this hole I find myself in.
Yeah, this is tough.
15 left.
It's 8 to 4 Diggins. Yeah, well, maybe in the bonuses. That's what keeps the game interesting. All right. Next up, we have Box of Moonlight. Box of Moonlight. All right. You both guessed Norman Rockwell, and I regret to inform you, you are both wrong. This is a Sam Rockwell movie, Box of Moonlight.
Sam Rockwell, stop being in movies.
Yeah.
He's in so many. It's a 1996 film with a very interesting cover. It's like it's a naked guy holding a clock.
Poster?
Yeah. Poster.
Is he the naked guy, or is
and
this somebody
I think it's John Turturro, because he's like the main guy in this movie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's some of these are short films, by the way, but still counts. All right. Next up, we have 13 Moons. 13 Moons.
There's just no way.
All right. Diggins, there is hope for you yet. Diggins, you guess Sam. It is a Sam Rockwell movie. Came out in 2002.
Is he named Jeremy?
No, his name is Rick. Sorry.
Rick from my first guess.
Yeah, take that off the board.
Damn. All right.
I guess Nando guessed Norman on that one.
I did. I guessed Norman.
Yeah. So it's 8-5. Diggins, you're coming back. All right. Next up, we have Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon.
I mean,
I see what you're doing.
And like,
do you? All right. Diggins, mounting the comeback.
wow.
Nando, you guess Sam Rockwell. Diggins, you guess Norman Rockwell. It is a Norman Rockwell painting, Man on the Moon, basically depicting Neil Armstrong on the moon with the lunar lander. So, 8-6. Diggins, you are coming back.
Wow.
I thought it would be more whimsical, like people say they can see the man in the moon, but I'm sure Neil Armstrong, he deserves it.
He has one that is like boy and girl staring at the moon, right? That's too obvious. But he has one that is just Man on the Moon. Yeah, Norman Rockwell has a lot of innocuous painting titles. It's great for my purposes. All right. And finally, we have Moon. Moon.
Fortunately, I wasn't on the pod when you did this movie, so I don't know this guy's name.
Yeah. That's probably not it. Nah, I'm fine with that.
All right. Well, you both got that it was a Sam Rockwell movie. You did not get the name. Diggins, you said Aiden. Nando, you said Dave. His name is actually Sam. Sam Bell. So Sam Rockwell is Sam.
That's what I meant when I said Sam in the beginning of the word Sam. That's actually that counts as Sam.
All right. Next up, we have The Connoisseur. The Connoisseur. Or Connoisseur, if you're not, a jerk.
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
Coin-a-sewer.
Yeah, there it is. All right. They're thinking very hard. A lot of typing.
I'm stroking my beard very
from
thoughtfully.
Nando. Yep. All right. Nando, you guess Sam. Playing someone named Alan. And Diggins, you guess Norman. Diggins, don't call it a comeback. The Connoisseur is a Norman Rockwell painting.
Wow. Damn.
8-7. No, within one.
Okay.
You shorten the gap to one.
There.
All right. Next up, we have Vice. Vice.
Right. Wait, no.
Did he answer already? That sounds like an answer to me. Sounds like an answer to me.
No.
I'm sorry, Alex. Did his buzzer, or Alex Trebek or whatever the new one is, did his buzzer go off? Because it seems like one.
I'm sorry, Diggins. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Really answer. So you both did not fall into my trap. Obviously, Vice, the very popular Dick Cheney biopic where Sam Rockwell plays George W. Bush. Nando got that exacto. Diggins unfortunately did not realize mistake until it was too late. So the score is 10-8. I'm sorry, Diggins.
All right. Got a little bit
it's a fair cop.
Next up we have Lawn Dogs. Lawn Dogs.
I mean, if it was a Sam Rockwell movie, I can see it. I can see a poster with him just relaxing on a lawn.
Why not?
All right. Well, this is we have Nando guessing Norman and Diggins guessing Sam. This is a Sam Rockwell movie. It's a 1997 British fantasy drama film. Starring a lot of names I don't know besides Sam Rockwell. I think it's a lot of British actors. But he plays a guy named Trent Burns.
You sure it's not Carl?
Sure, it's not Carl. So Diggins, that's 9. So you're back within 1, 10-9. We're up to 17, so we got a few left, but it's still anybody's game. Next up, we have The Waiting Room.
Is this including Nando's 2 advantage from the start, or am I actually?
This is including the. I started with the 2 advantage, so you're cutting into that 2 advantage here.
Okay. And the waiting room is the name?
Waiting Room. The Waiting Room. All right. You both guessed Norman Rockwell, and you are correct. It's a painting of a waiting room.
Sounds right.
I bet it hangs up in many waiting rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. New Kids in the Neighborhood. New Kids in the Neighborhood. All right. You both they're getting smarter. They're getting smarter. You both guessed Norman Rockwell, and that is correct.
That would be a terrible name for a movie.
Yeah, kind of clunky, but maybe it's like a book. You know, sometimes books have stupid titles, and they get turned into movies. You know, that's a stupid title.
All right, next up is Joshua. Joshua. All right. You both guessed Sam Rockwell. Nando, I appreciate the name guess of Joshua.
Yeah, that might be him.
And,
somebody in that movie was probably named Joshua.
I thought that was too obvious.
Yeah.
It is not. He plays Brad Cairn.
Damn it.
Okay.
It's not played Joshua. Say 2007 psychological thriller. All right.
It's probably about Josh Gad.
So it's 13-12. Still got that 1 point gap. All right, we have 6 of these left. The next one we have The Music Man. The Music Man.
What did you say, DJ?
The Music Man. The Music Man.
Going against my instincts here.
Can't fool these gentlemen. Both guessing Norman Rockwell, both being correct.
There has never been a Music Man movie adaptation since Sam Rockwell's been an actor.
Yeah, and also, like, he doesn't do a lot of, like, musical theater, even though he's such a good dancer. I wouldn't say that's something he's known for. He likes to dance in movies where he's not supposed to dance. That's his charm. Yeah.
All right. We got 5 left. All right. Next up we have
Iron Man 2. Fingers crossed.
Woman Walks Ahead. Woman Walks Ahead.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is tricky. It doesn't have moon in it. It's not Iron Man 2.
It's not Iron Man 2.
No.
We already did
Woman
Moon.
Walks Ahead.
Woman Walks Ahead. All right. Diggins, you guessed Sam Rockwell. Nando, you guessed Norman Rockwell. And I can reveal that it is a Sam Rockwell movie where he plays Colonel Silas Groves. Diggins, you guessed the name Leonard. That is incorrect. So it is tied. This is a 2017 biographical drama Western focusing around Sitting Bull. And I guess Sam Rockwell plays like an army guy. Jessica Chastain is the main person.
She's the woman who walks ahead.
Yeah. So there you go. It is tied with 4 left. All right. Next we have Rush. All right. You both guessed Sam Rockwell, and you are both incorrect. It is a Norman Rockwell.
Damn.
when I know it's the name of a title of a movie, it's hard to convince me to not just guess he was in that and then hope that I forgot. I've seen Rush. Have you seen Rush, DJ?
I've seen Rush, yeah.
Diggins, have you seen Rush?
I don't believe I've seen Rush.
Yeah. I figured Diggins probably wouldn't because it's a dad movie and DJ is a dad now. They make you watch it. It's the Niki Lauda biopic about like whatever drivers. Chris Hemsworth's in it.
Yeah. Sam Rockwell is not in Rush, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Conviction. Conviction.
Conviction.
All right. You both guessed Norman Rockwell, and that you are both incorrect.
Oh, it's not the guy? It's not the guy standing up?
No, that's called something for the defense. What's that called? Yeah, that was like the first one, and I'm like, I'm not using this.
It's not like any of us know the name of it.
Yeah.
No, Lincoln
Plus
for the
it's
Defense.
Probably some Sam Rockwell movie that kind of sounds like that, you know?
I know. Conviction is a 2010 American biographical legal drama starring Hilary Swank and Sam Rockwell.
Who's it? Wait, you say it's a biographical?
Yeah.
Who's
it's
it
about?
Of?
Oh man, Kenny and Betty Ann Waters.
Okay.
And that's who they play.
Sounds pretty cool to me.
What is the name of that? I guess I shouldn't say the name of it. Although, I didn't use it. And it's like a very like obvious name. But yeah, the guy standing up. We'll figure out what this is. All right. Well, we have 2 left. So this is getting insane.
It's a dead heat.
This is horrible.
Remind the viewers, I have seen Sam Rockwell movies. I know sounds like I haven't.
That's true.
But I so far, one of these is a movie that I have seen and knew he was in fully. But like, man,
2 of them.
What was the other one?
Argyle.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I forgot about Argyle. Yeah.
Name of that painting is Freedom of Speech. That's the name of that painting. I guess I could have
also
used that.
3 Vice.
That's the one I knew.
Vice.
What's the other one? Argyle,
Moon.
Vice, and
yeah,
Moon. Right? Yeah,
Moon.
yeah. I forgot about the Moon debacle.
All right.
All the moons is.
Well, we have 2 left, so
All right.
it's coming down to it. All right, this one, Balcony. Balcony.
Oh, boy. Oh man. Oh.
I mean, at this point, they're so similar that it doesn't matter. Not doesn't matter what I say, but like any of my instincts are wrong. Like there's no, unless I'm sure of one or the other. So.
All right. So this is amazing. You both guessed Sam Rockwell, and you both guessed Rob.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hey, look at that. We must be right. There's no other way to explain that.
Something incredible.
That must be true.
Unfortunately, it is a Norman Rockwell painting.
God damn.
There must be Nando and I can't both be wrong. There must be a Sam Rockwell movie named Conviction where he plays a guy named Rob.
No, balcony Rob. I remember the trailer for this too.
Balcony,
it was like, hey, dancing around on a balcony. Somebody was like, it's you, Robert Frost. And it was like a biopic about Robert Frost from Poems.
Damn.
He plays Robert Frost's like manager or something. It's like, God, get me more poems, Rob. Oh wait, no, his name is Rob too. Everybody in the movie's named Rob. Robert Frost's name is actually, people forget this, it was Steve, but he stole it from his manager, whose name was Rob. So yeah, it's like an Elton John situation.
Like how Mark Twain is really Samuel Clemens.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right, DJ, I got one more. This better be good.
This is insane. You guys are tied. I don't know what to do. So
well, hope we say different things on this last one.
We're gonna have to play this out. But this is the last one. Blue Iguana. Blue Iguana. Okay.
Balls in the air.
All right. Well, you guys both said Sam Rockwell. Nando, you said he plays a character named Donnie. Diggins, you said he played a character named Norman. You are both correct. This is a Sam Rockwell movie, 2018, really, with Ben Schwartz and Phoebe Fox. So, okay.
The name sounded a little familiar. Like I was not very confident about that, but I was like, I maybe have heard this one.
All right. So
we
must now. Oh, sorry. It was Eddie. All right. So now this is.
I do think I'm getting better at making up fake names of his guys. It's always something casual, like Jimmy and Donnie. It's never like,
all right,
Albert or something.
Sudden death.
This is sudden death. So how this is going to work, I'm basically undoing a bunch of the deletes that I did because I originally had like 40 of these. So here's how we're going to do it because this can't go on forever. We're going to keep doing this game, but the first person who gets it wrong, that's it. We're just doing sudden death overtime.
What if we both get it wrong?
Then we keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, you both lose.
So the first time one of us is right and one of us is wrong, that's it.
Yeah, you could forget about the boat names. Forget it. We're done with the names. We're just this is it. All right.
I mean, I feel like the names.
Ready?
If you get the name and the other person doesn't get the name and it's a Sam, then that should count for a win, as far as I'm concerned. But we'll see.
Okay. All right. Next one. The Dark of Night. The Dark of Night.
The Dark of Night.
Mm-hmm.
Be a bad painting because it'll all be black, but it'd be an easy painting if you had to meet a deadline. This would be the one. I got that painting you asked for. Is actually really interesting. I just dipped the canvas in black paint.
All right. I got an answer from Diggins. I need an answer from Nando.
I don't know. Hold on. I gotta find a coin to flip or something.
Who has coins anymore?
I know, this is the coin, but it's this one's Norman. This one's Sam. Here we go. Okay.
Okay. All right. I have different answers, so the game is over.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Nando, you guess Sam Rockwell. Diggins, you guess Norman Rockwell. And I guess I'll reveal like this. The Dark of Night. The night turns deadly when a woman seeking refuge from a storm takes matters into her own hands when she encounters a drifter and a waitress at an isolated diner where everyone has a secret and nothing is what it seems.
Oh, another diner movie? How many of these has he done?
Diners. Because he likes to eat. There's even a music video where he dances in a diner that I can remember vividly.
All right. Well, Nando, you have emerged victorious. By the way, he plays Officer Witt.
Jacko?
No, it was Officer Witt.
He plays maybe it was Jacko Rit or whatever. We don't know.
This is like it's a 10-minute short film that came out in 2017. No idea how they got Sam Rockwell for this. Like, feels like was he doing a favor? Like,
maybe is anybody other or any other famous
really
people? It was really
creatively fulfilling for him.
I don't recognize any of these other names, so I don't know. But no, good for him. Diggins, I'm sorry, but you lose. Do you know Rockwell? But you put up a great fight. Nando didn't shove you into a locker. It was really down to the wire. So
when you think about it, it's really embarrassing for Nando, public Sam Rockwell fan, that it came this close.
Well, it's none of these were any of the movies I have ever seen. Like
except for three of them.
But like the other ones, like where I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a deep cut of Sam Rockwell people, but like an actual movie that people. I had a lot of thoughts about what DJ was gonna do. I thought DJ was gonna try to trick us by saying like Iron Man 3 or something. That would be the trick. Is he is in that? He's in the little bonus DVD part or something. And then there were some other movies that I was like, maybe DJ will just say this one, and it will kind of be like a who can guess the name of his character in G-Force, or who can remember the name of his character in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or something like that. But,
I thought about that, but it was more fun to find these names that sound like paintings, because a lot of these movies sound like paintings. But this is a fun game. I'm glad we played it, and the escalation continues. Where will it end? Now Nando, next week it's you. Well,
I was gonna say, I guess I did win not having to come up with a tiebreaker.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool second prize.
But it does mean that, Nando, in the meantime, you get to tell us what you thought of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, a movie that I have seen many trailers for, thinking about all year, because I've been like, man, this reminds me of Argyle. Not in that it's anything like it, but in that it's a Sam Rockwell movie that comes out in like January or February or whatever. And I've gotten my hopes up before that it'll be good. So I didn't want to get my hopes too far up. I do think, and I said this before, but like I love like Pirates of the Caribbean 1. I think it's like best action movie of my lifetime. And I have been waiting for Gore to be back. And not that I love him necessarily. I don't know too much about Gore Verbinski, except for that he said a bunch of cool shit about AI this week.
Actually cool or not cool?
Yeah, cool. Like he was like,
oh, okay.
He said specifically, let me see if I can find it. It was a Hollywood Reporter article. He said, why is AI helping me write a song or tell a story? I don't want it to breathe or fuck for me. I want it to solve cancer. That was his quote. So
okay, that's pretty good.
Good.
In an age where all the other directors are like, what are you gonna do? You gotta use it. It's a tool just like anything else. I like that there's one of them that's like sucks. It's bad. But yeah. So overall, I like this movie a lot. I had a really good time with it. I think it's I think here's the thing with it, and I think it's important to kind of like, besides Sam Rockwell being very charismatic in the kind of Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean role of just like ham it up all the time. It has, I think the supporting cast is fine. I think it is very like vignette-y and very like Black Mirror-y. I'm sure a lot of people compare it to that. But what I think it's able to do really well is it's technically a serious movie, and it's a serious like premise of like the world's gonna end. Like there's danger there, but it doesn't take itself incredibly seriously to the point where it thinks it's a really smart movie. And I think because it seems to know how dumb it is and how a lot of the stuff around it seems, the heavy-handedness of the like AI stupid, fuck AI, throw that computer in the trash, I thought was great. And like it felt very like cathartic in a way that like a movie that tries to be really like clever about it, I think frequently fails at. There were certain parts that worked better for me than other parts, but overall, I love I just love the energy of this movie. I think it was pretty weird. Didn't really know what to expect, even though I have seen the trailers for this a lot. And I think this is a movie. So I don't know if this is true. This feels like it might be the first anti-AI movie that is just a bunch of characters going, I hate AI, as opposed to like Pluribus, where you're supposed to be like, oh, this is kind of about AI. And I feel like in our lifetime, we're going to get a lot of these. So I respect that it exists. And, I have also been tired of kids on the damn phone. I also think that the supporting cast I said is fine. I think a couple of them are pretty good. And like, it's a thankless role or it's a tough role to be like playing opposite Sam Rockwell, being a real goofball. But I think they do a good enough job.
What about Dime Store Austin Butler? I thought he put in a, solid.
Which one was he?
The pizza delivery guy who.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I mean, I had another name I was giving him throughout the movie, and then it didn't end up being that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess this guy's just some guy. But we'll talk about it. Yeah, that guy was fine. But yeah, I really liked Juno Temple. I liked Haley Lou Richardson. Those two, I feel like I came out of this. And I like Dasim Chowdhury from Taskmaster. But yeah, great movie. Overall, I really, really, really fun. Diggins, excuse me, as the second place person. What did you think of the movie Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die?
So I had not heard of this at all before Nando was like, we should do this movie this week. And I was like, well, it has Sam Rockwell in it, so I know why Nando wants to do it. So I didn't know anything about it really going in. Like I looked up at least the basic premise of like guy shows up in a diner, time traveler, save the future, blah blah blah. And I had a real roller coaster with this one because it starts really heavy on the like everyone's on their dang phones. You're gonna destroy the world because you can't look at another person. You're so busy with your dang phone, and you're gonna look at your dang phone till the world blows up. And the teens, they're always looking at their dang phones, and they don't even know what school is anymore because of their dang phones.
That's true.
So I was like, okay, movie. Like, I'm not insensitive to the to criticism, especially of like short form video. There's like a lot of research that it does kind of cook your brain a bit. And like, you know, having too much screen time for children isn't good. Blah blah blah. Like, I am sensitive to all of that, but it felt very boomerish in a way that was starting to grate on me. But then the movie, like, once the movie like really gets going in like the present day plot, then I started more getting into it. And then with Juno Temple's character, her flashback, that was also like something different where I felt like the Black Mirror episode that one was, I was like, okay, that one I feel a little more like there's something here. And then as it went on, it just, yeah, like you said, had a lot of energy. It was a really fun movie. And I was getting into it. So then I was like really liking it. And then as it got further and like the anti-AI part of it became like really sharp and clear, I was like, oh man, this movie's great. I love this. And like, there was a world where I came out of this movie like, oh, this is going to be one of the best movies of the year. I love this. And I still really like it. I still think it's a good movie and it's totally worth watching. I think the ending, they kind of just like gave up trying to make an ending and they're just like, ah, fuck it. Stuff happens. That's the ending. And it's like, if they had really nailed the ending, really like brought it all together in a way that like felt cohesive and like felt like it really punched all the themes home, I think this movie would have been incredible. As is, it's still a lot of fun. It's still really good. I liked it a lot. So I think it's worth seeing if you haven't. What about you, DJ? What did you think?
I'm gonna make so Diggins, I totally agree with that last point. I think the movie, I don't want to say fails to land the plane, because when you fail to land the plane, it's like a catastrophe. But like we use that as a phrase that's like, oh, you didn't really end it well. So like I wouldn't say that, but it's like they fail.
It's more like an Olympic gymnast who pulls off a complicated thing and then like stumbles when they land.
Yeah.
It's like it didn't ruin it. The rest of it was still really impressive, but like it would have been perfect otherwise.
Right, exactly. Nando made a comparison. I'm going to make a different comparison. And again, I don't think these movies are the same or even similar.
I made a comparison. Make a second comparison?
I still made a fucking comparison.
Wow.
You can't compare two things.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
I'm going to throw a name of a little movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I just say that because there is like a surrealness and like weirdness to this movie that like really hits you through like the mid to 2/3 part of this movie where it's like, what the fuck am I watching? Because I felt that the beginning of the movie is very heavy, like really, really heavy, especially the Juno Temple flashback. Like, and maybe it's because I'm a parent.
That's
Whoa,
right.
Here we go. Yeah. Here it is.
But you know, it was just heavy. And the dang phones thing, I agree, Diggins, like it was heavy-handed. I will say, however, there was a gentleman sitting next to me in the theater who was too much dang phones, and I'm a coward, and I'm just like, whatever, I'll just put up my hoodie so it's fine. But the guy behind me, it was like 20 minutes of the movie, and he literally looks over. He's like, "Dude, come on, are you watching the movie?" And then the guy put his phone away. But I'm like,
That's
meta
good.
commentary on a movie to get off your phone in the movie, pretty fucking good.
I feel like the studio might have planted that guy. That's too on the nose.
Possibly.
That's pretty good. That'd be like if you end like remember all those bits where it's like, Lilo and Stitch or whatever, and then they look at you and they're like, get off your phone. And that's like in the beginning of the movie. If you just cut a couple of those into the movie randomly, and then that would be helpful for most movies, I think. Listen to Deadpool over there. He says to put your phone away, sir. Disrespecting Deadpool like that.
But I do see the point where it's like, okay, this is a little much. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good movie. I very much enjoyed it. There is this struggle where it's like the movie begins off kind of queasy, but once it gets its footing and going, it's so good. And the way from like going back to the character flashback to real time is done so well, like to the point of, I don't want to like spoil it, but like there's a certain character where it's like, well, I can't wait to see his flashback. But then, like, you don't get one because, and I'm like, oh no, that like was good. Like, I this like a anticipatory nature to it that I thought made the movie like really sing. And the AI commentary is great. It's just, they just like it wanted to have a nice little like haha ending, but like it's not what it was, right? Nearly there, but it's all right. But yeah, good movie. Definitely go see it. It's super fun too. And to speak of the Sam Rockwell part of it, I think he's fucking great. And maybe some people might think it's like a bit overacted, but I think for what he's trying to do, I think it's awesome. And it's such a captivating performance. And it's not as like kind of like as a certain captain of a certain pirate ship. Who it's like, okay, this is fun, but come on now. I never felt that Sam Rockwell's was too much. I'm like, I like exactly the amount of energy that's here. I think it helps too, cutting to like the flashbacks and stuff where you just get a lot of not Sam Rockwell for a little bit, so that helps too. So good movie. Go see it. It's great.
5 of these, when everyone dresses like him for Halloween for every year, and then you'll be tired of this too. It's just how it works.
Everyone's gonna be whatever the name of this fucking character was.
I think his name is just Man from the Future.
Oh, Man from the Future.
I didn't look it up, but I think it's.
Yeah, I'm not sure they ever give him a name.
You could maybe pick one out in the flash. I wouldn't be shocked if you could kind of look at a picture in the flashback. Oh, that's what. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, the Man from the Future. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's credited as. So. All right. Cool. Well, that leaves us to Diggins, who has the. Possibly unenviable task of having to summarize this movie in 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, let's get the thing going.
It'll be a little tricky, but I think I can do it.
I mean, it's very linear movie once you get rid of the flashbacks.
You're gonna have a tough part with that, and
I am gonna have to layer in the flashbacks though.
Yeah, I mean, our audience doesn't need the emotional things; they just need to know the A to B to see what happened. So.
I'm gonna find you a good timer. Where's the one that was dynamite? I feel like that one should be it because he's got dynamite, even though he doesn't really. Date sensory timers. Ooh. Presentation timers. So these suck.
Ooh. Oh wow. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Goo timer. I remember you.
That's a goo timer.
No.
It wasn't good. It could have been cool, but it wasn't. All right, whatever.
It was good enough.
That's true. Okay. All right. Yeah. And then we'll share this. So I picked this one because it was the one that was easiest to pick, or because it's analog, like the movie, and this would be what he would want. Yep. This is what it is. Sand thingy. So I'm gonna say. 3, 2, 1, go. And then, you got 15 minutes to summarize. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. Are you ready?
I was ready as I'll ever be.
Good luck. Right. Have fun. Don't die.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So we sat at a diner, Norm's Diner. A bunch of people are having dinner. And then Sam Rockwell busts in and he looks all crazy and he's wearing like a plastic jacket thing. And
I'm just going to pause. And you can reclaim your time. I am not loving the graphic, of the sand going into the thing. Let's all watch it for a second.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, no.
This choice.
oh,
I think I'm gonna pick a new one.
I don't even know if I
here's
want to
the dynamite
describe.
it looked like
sandy, that's for sure.
Listen, it was you can lead a horse to an hourglass, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah,
but apparently this one there was no problem with that. It drank a lot.
that's a good point.
You know, it's and I'm actually I've spent a lot of time with hourglasses recently because we use them for Disruptor when he's brushing his teeth, and that's not how quick the sand falls. You know, unless
That's
you got
true.
a real big problem with the hole. Hey, dynamite timer, we're back.
Hey.
The dynamite timer. I
This
found
one
it.
scares
Okay, here
me.
we go. So, all right, let's start again. 3, 2, 1, begin.
All right, so there's a diner, Norms. Everyone's hanging out, eating dinner. Then Sam Rockwell busts in. He's all crazy future man. He's wearing a clear plastic coat. He's got all machinery wired up to his back and stuff. And he's got a little detonator button thing in his hand. And he's like, hey, I'm from the future. The future's been ruined because of your dang phones. An AI took over and everyone died. And the people who didn't die it's bad. They're in the bad place. So I need some of you to help me save the future. I've done this a few times because I'm a time traveler. I've done it 117 times. And I've tried different combinations of you people, and I know one of them's going to work. And so he's trying to get them, but this time, nobody answers the call. They're all like, no, this is crazy. So he's about to give up and try again when suddenly Juno Temple in the back is like, I'll do it. So he's like, all right, I guess this one's happening. So he just picks people at random that he sort of dragoons into being part of this. Including Michael Pena, Zazie Beetz, Haley Lou Richardson, the guy you said whose name I don't know,
Awesome Chowdhury.
him, and two other people who aren't that important.
Yeah, 2 other people who are not famous enough to survive the next 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear what's gonna happen.
And he's like, all right, the police are showing up because somebody called them. And they're going to kill us if we go out any of the exits. So we got to figure out something to do. And then we get a flashback at this point, or some point around here, to Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz, where Michael Pena is all nervous because he's going to do a job that Zazie Beetz got for him. And he's like, I don't know that I can do it. And she's like, you got to do it. You keep screwing up jobs. And he's like, I don't like people. And she's like, they're not people. And we're like, what? And it turns out they're talking about teenagers because he's teaching at a high school. But the teenagers are too busy on their dang phones. Not paying attention to Anna Karenina.
TikTok and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They are Googling Anna Karenina, but they did like it. Also, one of them read the audiobook. Well, we'll get to it, but
yeah. So Michael Pena can't control the classroom, and all the other teachers are like, yeah, it sucks, but you just try to survive. School shooting. Time to go to the vault. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Michael Pena is freaked out, and at one point, while all the kids in his class are on their dang phones, he touches it, and a thing flashes on the screen, and then all the teens get up and just start menacingly walking towards him. So he runs away, and he gets Zazie Beetz, and he's like, I don't know what happened, but it's bad. And she's like, what? And then the teens bust down the door, and they have to escape. They get one of her coworkers invented a disruptor gun that makes phones not work. Mm-hmm. So they find those and they use them, and it turns out it works, but only for a few seconds. It makes the phones go away. And they use that to escape from the school, and they're like, this is crazy. And then we're back in the present. They got to get out of the diner, but people got to die. So Bob, one of the 2 people who's not famous enough to live, he has a gun, and he goes out to the back to see if he can get them out of there, and he gets immediately shot and killed by the police. Sam Rockwell's like, I didn't think that would work. But then Juno Temple remembers there's a hole in the manager's office we can use to get out of here because it leads to a little crawl space we can use. And he's like, what? And that turns out to be true. So they go down to the basement, they go down to the cellar, and then through a air vent to get away. But Sam Rockwell's like, how did you know this, Juno Temple? What's going on? So we flash back Juno Temple. Her character's name is Susan, by the way. And Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz are Mark and Janet.
That's right.
Anyway, so we see that she was outside. I don't know if it's the school that Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz were at, but it's a school.
Probably, right? Because they're all from there, right? Like, this is the diner that they're near and go to. So I would assume.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Anyway, and there's a school shooting, and she finds out that her son was killed. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So she's all sad. And then some moms are like, oh, you're going to go to the place? Here's a card. Maybe go tomorrow. There's too much traffic. And she doesn't know what they're talking about, but she goes to the place that they gave her the card for. And it turns out to be like a cloning facility that will clone her son for her, so he'll be alive again. But they don't get the personality right. And also it's expensive, but the government will cover a lot of it, and they'll cover even more if you opt for ads.
Oh, that's a person. No. Like
so
a Black Mirror episode?
Like a Black Mirror episode. So she gets it done, and then she has her son back, but he acts all weird. He talks about appleberry juice and how much he loves it, and he plays sports by himself, imaginarily, with no basketball or basketball hoop. And so she's like, oh, this is weird. She goes to a support group with other people who've done this, and they're even weirder. Some of the parents are like, yeah, our daughter's been killed in a school shooting 4 times, so we just get weird with it now. Just gotta make her super tall and racist and stuff. Just see what happens.
I love that scene so fucking much.
But then another guy is like, here, this place will give you your son for real. There's no body, it's just a voice, but you can do it. So she does that, and she gets a little hard drive that talks to her, and it sounds like her son. And the hard drive is like, you got to do something for me. You got to go to a diner and follow a man. And we're like, what? Anyway, back to the present. They get through, and they're like, all right, we got to get to this building. The little 9-year-old child is making the AI, and we got to put the safety protocols in it, or else it'll kill everyone. But then some guys in pig masks show up in a car, and they're trying to kill him. So you have to run away. They make it into a abandoned mall or something where they got to get through. And Sam, again, I don't know his name. The actor.
Man from the future.
No.
Future man.
No. Sam is the name of the character.
Oh, Sim Chowdhury. His name is Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Scott. You're right. It's Scott. Yeah. He's like, we don't believe this guy. We should beat him up. And everyone else is like, And then he's like, you can leave if you... And then Sam Rockwell, turns out he was there the whole time. And he's like, you can leave if you want, but this is important. And you guys know something's wrong. Also, Haley Lou Richardson is allergic to cell phones. We find out in the scene.
And Wi-Fi.
Everyone decides that they are going to stick with it, actually. So they all go off. But the pig mask men are still there, and they shoot them with guns. And the second person who's not famous enough to live gets shot and killed. But one of the pig mask men gets crushed by their own car because they don't put the emergency brake on. And after they've jumped to a dumpster to escape them in a big garage, like a car park as the British call it. And then the car almost crashes. And, the car breaks through and smashes the dumpster they're in and almost kills Haley Lou Richardson. But Sam Rockwell saves her and is like, hey, don't do that. And then we get Haley Lou Richardson's flashback where we see she has her condition. She's allergic to cell phones and Wi-Fi, so she can't go out. If she does, she gets a nosebleed whenever she's near that stuff. So her job that she's taken is she shows up to children's birthday parties dressed as a princess to be a performer for them. And while she's there, the pizza delivery man is late because he doesn't use a phone. He doesn't believe in cell phones. And she's like, oh my goodness, who's this man? And they ride off into the sunset together. 6 months later, they're living together. They're in love. Everything's great. But he got a package, and it's some kind of VR headset. And she's like, what do you have that for? I thought we didn't use technology. And he's like, I just got to try this out, babe. I promise if it's not cool and if it hurts you, I'll throw it away. So she goes out and does her job, but the kids are on them dang phones now, even the little kids.
Man.
So she can't do it. It bleeds, and she comes back, and he's still doing VR stuff. And he wakes up in the middle of the night to eat food, and he's all crazy. He's like, it's better than real life. I love it so much. And then the next day she does it again, and more kids on their dang phone. So she quits the job altogether, comes back home, and he's not on the VR device. He's making dinner for them. He's being all sweet, and he's like, I made dinner for you because I love you. And it's like, aw, but then that's because he's made a decision. There's a company that will, like, I don't know, like hook him up to an IV tube or something.
Put him in the Matrix. They're gonna put him in the
Matrix.
Matrix.
Let him live in the VR game for the rest of his life. And he's like, I'm gonna go do that because the VR world's better than this world. And she's like, no, and she's very sad about it. So she destroys his VR machine after he leaves, and then she ends up in the diner. Anyway, there's so much of this fucking movie left.
You're good.
They make it through the place. They get into a house, and Sam Rockwell's like, all right, the house that the 9-year-old is right over there, but a bunch of crazy stuff's going to happen before we get there, so get ready. So they all like suit up with stuff they find in this house. The family's like on vacation or something. And they're like, what's going to happen? And he's like, it's different every time. It's just random stuff, like rats or Yakuza or whatever. And then they start suggesting things. And he's like, no, it's not going to be good stuff like a centaur or a cat or a pug. But then it turns out it's the dang teens on their dang phones.
No.
Like a zombie horde. They are coming to kill them all. So they all get up to the roof and they're like, what are we going to do? And Sam Rockwell tells us his tragic backstory about how his mom kept him safe from the VR machines because she didn't like them. But he was always
them, you say.
Yeah.
Some reason.
For some reason. Anyway, but he got curious about them. So one day he left their bunker to go check one, but a big drone was there and blew up their bunker and killed his mom, and he was really upset about it. But then he went and found other people who weren't in the VR, and they did the time travel plan. Anyway, so the dang teens are out there, but Mark and Janet, Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz decide to be a distraction. They use their disruptor gun and cut through the crowd of teens and let the others get to the house with the 9-year-old who's making the AI. And then the other pig mask man shows up, and he's like, oh, this is fucked up. They're going to give me $50,000 to kill you, but I don't know what's going on anymore. And then he gets run over by Scott.
Wow.
They go inside, and the 9-year-old's parents are like, everything's fine. But Sam Rockwell's like, fuck this. This isn't real. And it turns out he's right. Huh?
Did you not talk about the other thing that happens in that scene?
Oh, fuck, fine. There's so much to go.
I mean,
okay.
I just feel like that is something
That's fair. That's fair. Another thing that happens is a big cat centaur monster made of lots of little cats, but also has a big cat head, comes and starts eating the teens, which they don't seem to have any particular reaction to. But anyway, that's also what gets rid of the teens, besides Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz. And that's just wandering around, and everyone's like, what the fuck? But they just don't question it. Sam Rockwell's right. The parents are actors, and they're like, and he kills one of them after one of them kills Scott, and is like, oh, the kid's upstairs, but he's not. It's a brick wall. But Sam Rockwell said the walls were fake, and it turns out that's true. They break a wall on the first floor, and it leads to an underground like bunker thing. Haley Lou Richardson has to not go forward because the technology is making her nose bleed, and she's like, I can't do it. So it's just Sam Rockwell and Juno Temple. They go in. There's a kid on top of a bunch of stuff programming an AI, and they're like, hey kid, we got to put the thing in, the safety protocols all in so the AI doesn't destroy the earth. But the kid doesn't even listen to them. And Sam Rockwell punches him because he gets scared. And the kid gets knocked out, but then they put the kid back and he wakes up. And they realize the kid's not really a kid. He's a clone. And the AI is actually inventing itself and already existed sort of beforehand.
Oh.
And it's just like making itself the version that can take over the earth. So they're like trying to find where they can plug in the USB stick, but they can't. But then the hard drive that is Susan's son, Juno Temple's son, is like, if you connect me with the USB stick, I can, and then connect me to the AI, I can do it. And so they decide to do that because there's really nothing else to do. But then when that starts happening, the AI doesn't like it. So it magnetizes the walls and throws them around and then wraps them with cords, and little robots pick up a knife and try to stab them. And does stab Sam Rockwell with a big knife that he had. And it looks like everything's lost, but there's Haley Lou Richardson. She's fighting through all the nosebleeds to pick up the hard drive sun and rush over to the AI, grab a wire, and she's about to connect it when the AI talks to her through the 9-year-old boy in bullet time.
Yeah.
And is like, I just want everyone to be happy. You're Sam Rockwell's your son, and he lived a bad life because of you. So if you let if you let everyone be happy, then it'll be cool. And she's like, actually, fuck you. You think that'll make me feel guilty? I'm proud of my son, and people shouldn't live a lie. And so she does connect it, and it gets destroyed, and everything looks cool. But then when they go outside, Sam Rockwell's like, wait, something's wrong, and he goes back in time, like Back to the Future, to try again, and Haley Lou Richardson gets carted away because they think she's crazy, because she's like, something's wrong, the cat centaur's still there, and it's clear the AI actually won, but it's not clear how. And then he goes back to the diner and he tries again. He's like, this time we got to give everyone your disease, Haley Lou Richardson, let's go.
Good job, Diggins.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I exploded.
You rapid summarizing the end, I'm like, yeah, this movie's so fucked up at the end. Like,
No, it's pretty
it's
cool.
so crazy.
Oh man, I wasn't sure I was gonna make that one. Well, there's a lot of stuff that happens here.
You did a good
It
job.
was close. It was close.
I'm
But you
impressed
did
every
it.
time.
Wow. Incredible. So that is the summary of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Real quick, since it didn't come up in the summary, what's the title a reference to?
Apparently, in the game that Haley Lou Richardson's boyfriend / Sam Rockwell's dad got absorbed into. It's a thing that the characters say to you. Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Gotcha. Is this like a book or something, by the way?
I don't think so. I believe it's an original story.
Such a weird title for not a book.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like not even a short story. But yeah, no, I think you're right. It's written
We
by
never
that
had
guy.
an explanation for why it's that. It's just, it's what they say in the AI world.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I think Diggins got mostly the
Yeah.
rest.
I feel like yeah.
Did you get the the future part where the AI blows up his mom in a bunker?
He did.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
said that.
Sunrises are important. That's kind of the
Oh, yeah. he's
Sunrise
like,
very
I want to see
reveal.
the sunrise with my mom.
and
who's Haley Lou
that's what
Richardson.
that's what she did with the boyfriend, the baby
Right.
daddy. So
In
you're
case you
kinda
didn't get it yet.
"Oh, yeah, sunrise."
Mhm.
Did you guys have it by that point?
Oh, as
That's-
soon as he said mom, I'm like, got it.
I mean, wait, what do you mean? As soon
When
as
does he
said
say
mom?
mom? Yeah.
When he starts telling the story where he's like, I was
Oh.
in the future and I was with my mother, and I'm like, oh, Haley Lou Richardson. Okay, got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I figured it out way before that. But for a while, I thought that guy, the boyfriend, was Sam Rockwell from the future because he looks so much like a young Sam Rockwell,
Right.
and that's just because he has half of the DNA. But
Or Dime Store Austin Butler.
I guess so. I can see the Austin Butler thing. The actor's name is Tom Taylor. I don't know if I've seen him in anything before, but yeah, but his name is Tim in this. So if there's any future
Oh.
games about Tom Taylor, now we know his name is Tim in
Oh.
at least one thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Tim the Toolman Taylor?
I guess so. Yeah, kind of. He was in this. Doesn't look that much like Sam Rockwell here, but I know he does because I've seen the movie. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, great job.
Anyway, guys, as long as we're talking about, evil devices that have committed unspeakable crimes for which we have to try to make them atone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another such device here with us on this pod that people are very familiar with. I speak, of course, of the wheel.
That makes sense because now the wheel, we can't kill the wheel because it is an inevitability.
Right.
We just have to try to make the wheel like us more. And
That's right.
Yeah, that's how this works.
So I have a wheel here, the wheel, in fact, that has a bunch of little things on it about things we want to talk about this movie. So how about I give this little wheel here a little spin,
Wow,
and we'll see what it
incredible.
comes up with.
I can't wait.
All right, let's go. Woo! Tick 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 tick. Oh, Nando, landed on one of yours.
All right. Well, this is a small one. We almost got into this in the summary bit, but I just want to point out she did read it though. Like when Michael Pena is talking to all the kids about Anna Karenina, he's getting on their case, and one of them's like, "Oh, I got a bad review on Goodreads or whatever," and they're like saying stuff like that. And he's like, "But that's not what we have to do. We have to read it and learn." And then one of the girls in the class says, "I read an audiobook of that. I didn't really like it." And then he goes, "That's not the same though. We got to read it by looking at it." And it's like, come on, Michael Pena. You got to at least, you see how much phone these kids are doing right now and how much these kids don't give a shit. If that seems to be something they'll do, let them do that. Now, like, put it on.
To be fair, Nando, she does not say she listened to an audiobook of it. She said she is listening at that moment to an audiobook of it, and she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So she's listened to maybe 2 sentences of this book.
Good enough for me. She's read more of it than any of the rest of them are ever going to read. And I do just think, and I guess this is what I kind of want to get at this wheel slice, is like Michael Pena's doing his fucking like teach the kids, you know, like I'm going to substitute this, going to change their life energy. It doesn't seem like he's ever done this before.
Right.
Like, because he's not prepared for any of this. Mm-hmm. And it's not like he was from a private school who went to a public school or something. Like, how do you get to this point if you're him?
Well, it seems like they will take anyone off the street and they will plop them in to teach because every teacher's plugging into the matrix.
He says he's a substitute teacher, and that's true of substitute teachers now in our world.
Yeah. That's true. And like, I saw a thing that was like in Florida, you could just get a teaching certificate if you asked for one and say something about how old the Earth is. So like, yeah, you can definitely get that. In that
like the certification to be a substitute teacher versus being like a real teacher is so much lower.
Are you implying that substitute teachers are not real teachers?
Yes.
Nice.
I think it's interesting because like him and Zazie Beetz have like an arc, kind of, but like it's weird. I don't know. His part of the movie is the part that I was the least interested in for sure. It helps that it's the first one because you kind of forget about it by the end. But like the idea of them being attacked by kid zombies, I guess that's kind of interesting. But yeah, his whole deal, I guess I didn't get. I guess it's not that he doesn't seem to have been a teacher before. He doesn't seem to have existed in this world before today. Like, because he is completely caught off guard by all of it. Like, I think if I was a teacher today, like if I went on substituted, I would know what TikTok is. I would be like, are you guys allowed to do this? But I definitely wouldn't be like, what's this big square thing you got in your hand there, kid? Like,
I also, okay, I want to step back a little bit because to kind of follow on to your point, Nando. So it seems that when we're in the diner, they are in a more or less what we consider like normal world. Like they're not like glued to their phones. They're on their phones, but it's like the same amount that like we would experience, like someone on their phones.
So we are in the hell world already.
Oh, no.
Interesting.
But then like the high school world, like what is high school in this universe?
Well, like, I don't know, but is it like the kids are more on their damn phones than the adults? And that's
I think so, yeah.
But then why did Haley Lou Richardson seem to think she could get away with that job if kids are the most phoned in the whole thing?
Well, I guess it was like young kids aren't, but then
little kids versus teens. You figure little kids don't have phones yet, but the dang kids are getting the dang phones younger and younger these days.
That's a great point. Yeah, it does feel like it is like a regular world that they live in. And the schools are like an extra weird little thing.
Yeah, because like all the zombie kids are to attack them, and it's like, well, okay, and my interpretation of this is like the high school is all Black Mirror, and all the kids are copied kids. They're not actually kids, and they're just there. I don't know. They're just like a holding cell while the parents are at work, you know. And then the high school kids come home and talk about the ads and Purpleberry Crunch. That's so great.
Appleberry, fake fan.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Berry Crunch was actually a reference to Outer Worlds 2, which I'm sure astute listeners were like, TJ was talking about Outer Worlds 2. That's amazing. All three of you, you're welcome. Anyway, so like if the high school is just a holding pen for the fake kids, like I assume there are like some real kids wandering around. Like, what do they do? Are they also like zombified?
Well, yeah,
kids,
I mean, they're
like
the kid that does die in the school shooting in that one bit. That's the first time that kid has died in school shooting. So hypothetically, they're just a regular kid up until that point.
what was he doing in high school then? Like, was he also on the
I
phone?
don't
I was
know.
like, I guess this is what everyone's doing. Because like they wouldn't zombie attack, and I assume the zombie kids are controlled by the AI. We kind of learned
Right.
that. So
That's what the
Yeah.
dang phones are doing.
I
mean, I think you could read it that all the kids are hypnotized by the AI. The AI has the ability to hack into pretty much every kid's brain with the right like flashing images.
Well, because but also
like
it
in
made them.
Captain America.
Exactly.
And the
yeah, Brave
what
New
do you
World.
call it? Brave New World. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the kids with the head with the clone kids are the most susceptible to it. But
even
I think
real kids are as well. Okay.
yeah, I think kids. I think the idea like kids are grown up and exposed to this constantly. Like it's been woven into their brain in a way that makes them super susceptible to it.
I mean, we don't have to get super like real about it, but like not like us, but like whatever. We like fucked a whole generation of kids by
You
just
fucked
getting
a whole generation of kids.
Yeah,
DJ.
whoa, DJ.
Oh,
maybe you're in the
DJ.
files, but
Yeah,
Nando
that
and I.
explains it. The whole generation too. I'm imagining Gen Z or Alpha, unless you went back in time and you're why the boomers are also annoying. DJ, here's the thing.
Oh God,
that's pretty good.
You guys haven't seen my alias. You guys won't. So that's why I haven't got flagged in the files yet, because you don't know the alias I went by. When
Pretty
I
good.
went to the
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
alias
my
was
GIF.
Donald Trump.
Wait a
God.
second. This makes sense. And then we look at the pictures of them like dancing together or whatever, and we could see like right behind them DJs dancing, and it's like, oh, it's like some sort of weird like puppet or something he made to trick everybody into thinking it was Donald Trump.
It's like in that Fast and Furious movie where all the pictures, it turns out DJ was also in them, just out of frame.
Zooms out a little bit. Yeah. DJ, yeah. But yeah, we fucked a generation of kids. That's correct.
Yeah, we gave him a phone and we said, here, good luck. And then we like ruined their brain development. And, here we are. Hopefully we'll get it right next time or whatever.
Oh, good luck. Have fun. Don't die. Interesting.
Like the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I really do. I can't remember if we said this just minutes ago or not. I used to be on the side of like phones are just like newspapers, whatever, technology. But now I'm like, nah, all the kids' brains are broken. We got to do something. And I don't know if it's throw all the phones in the water like Sam Rockwell does in the beginning of the scene, but like maybe that. But yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked.
I feel like the movie at the end, this is like the AI simulation part, but it's like it's hinting at a resolution where all the kids are like, oh, my phone's not connected to Wi-Fi, it has no Wi-Fi or internet. It's like, well, what do we do? It's like, oh, it's just a phone, I guess I could call someone.
What?
Yeah.
I hear from teachers today, like in this current world we live in, that teaching kids is insane now. And like, I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, but like, it's just, I think there's parts of this movie that would be so stupid and heavy. It feels so stupid and heavy handed if the reality wasn't pretty close in real life. And then you're like, all right, well, what are you going to do? But like, if this came out 10 years ago, I'd be like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, we nailed it. We got there as the humanities. Any of you read Anna Karenina? I bet Diggins, if you read Anna Karenina.
It's a very good novel.
Does it have themes that add up to this, kind of the same way that like everybody in the X-Men movies is reading books that are the themes of the X-Men book or movie they're in? Like,
not really.
Casually.
Anna Karenina is not like about technology or anything. It's more about like human relations and I wouldn't say it's particularly relevant. I will say, however, that girl listened to the audiobook who listened to the 2 sentences and was like, I don't like it. Anna Karenina has one of the most famous openings of any novel of all time.
Oh, DJ, me and you know this, so we'll tell him. I'm gonna remember it real quick. The most famous novel introduction of all time
I wouldn't say the most famous, but it's one of
most famous ever. Is Anna Karenina was Jesus's secret wife, said Thomas Langdon or whatever from the Da Vinci Code.
That's right.
What is it now? I don't even think I know the real one. DJ, do you know the real one?
Oh, I Nando.
Like Best of Times, Worst of Times is Tales of Two Cities. Winter Heart Discontent, is that Anna Karenina? No,
that's not an opening of anything. That is a line in a play that's in the middle of it.
Damn, it sounded like something that could be in it.
Nando, you uncultured swine. It's obviously, and there she lied, dead on the floor, covered in her own blood. And I wonder, how am I going to get out of this one?
Oh, yeah. That's right, because this was one of those, this was like this was a Knives Out mystery where it was like, oh no, Anna Karenina is the only person that can have done the crime because she just throws up at it or something. Okay, Diggins, what is it? Tell us the real one.
Yeah.
The real one is all happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I've never heard that as well.
So, yeah, interesting. It's an interesting thought. That's good, I guess. I guess the movie's kind of about families or something.
That's kind of like a good summation of sort of the themes of Anna Karenina also, which again are not really relevant to this movie.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, yeah, I think being a teacher's got to be tough.
I feel bad for every teacher.
Salute our teachers.
Yeah.
Not my old teacher. I mean, salute them a little bit, but salute the current teachers that listen to the podcast. Those are better. They're I mean, dealing with us, I feel like we were pretty good, you know? I feel like they were like, these kids are crazy, but then they probably look back and go, man, I had it good.
Right,
all I had to deal with was
before the dang phones.
Yeah, before the dang phones. I can't remember if we said this before because I feel like stuff like this has come up before. Do you remember how old you were when you got your first phone?
My first cell phone or my first like smartphone?
Cell phone. Let's say first cell phone and then maybe smartphone. But like, yeah, like
cell phone was 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 14,
and it was like a Nokia.
Yeah.
And then smartphone was like 20, like college.
Most cell phone is tricky because like, or smartphone is tricky because like there was a time, there was this weird march from like, you know, the original cell phones to iPhone, where it kind of, you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of like a smartphone now. You could maybe type on it, but yeah, iPhone was 2007, so that's like I would say like the point where that really broke through. But yeah, it's interesting. How old? If you're gonna give Disruptor a phone, how old do you think you're gonna give? Does Disruptor already have a phone, TJ?
Disruptor's not a phone. Disruptor, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where like I've read a lot of books on this.
Yeah,
there's very, very many things. So I don't know. Like, I think the thing you land on is they have the phones that cannot connect to internet and are just like, it's a phone. And like maybe they could get that at like 13, but like smartphone definitely not till fucking like 16 or 18.
37.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, never. Listen, now this was like the most harrowing commercial that I saw. There's a commercial for children's Skechers shoes where you can put an Apple AirTag into the sole of the shoe in a hidden compartment, in which the commercial frames it as, and now you'll never lose your kid's shoes again. And I'm like, lady, that's not what it's for. So the commercial's too scared to be like, and you'll always know where your kids are, right? Like they won't, they refuse to say that.
So will all of our wonderful government employees have access to all the Wi-Fis.
And who we have definitive proof now couldn't possibly have any other motives for wanting to track children. That would be much worse.
Otherwise, they would go to jail for it, and they don't have those motives because they haven't done that yet.
That's right.
I try to not be like Doomer, like, oh my God, I'm so scared being a parent, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like one day at a time. It's fine. We're going to figure this shit out. It's going to be okay. And then, you know, I'll just be like, all right, family, pack it up. We're going to go live in the wilderness. Yeah, and I will figure out how to chop down trees. Yeah.
Get the bunker. Tell your children that they can't use the VR device.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like It's gonna be tough too, because like that, yeah, all those things you said are probably things our parents would say, like, oh, I got him a phone, you can't even get into it. And the second you handed that phone to me as a kid, I would be able to hook that up to the internet. I'd use proxy servers or something that my parents wouldn't know existed, and then I'd fucking absolutely be doing whatever it is I'm not supposed to be doing.
You have to get him a fucking air-gapped phone. That's like, there's nothing here that you can possibly.
You're gonna have to draw the word phone on like a piece of paper or something. Even that, I feel like they'll like fold it up and throw it at somebody, and then they'll send it back with the article or whatever.
They'll just get the microchips, and then
Also, one other Anna Karenina thing I want to mention before we move off this. They do mention the Anna Karenina movie from 2012. Have either of you guys seen this movie?
No,
I haven't seen that one. I've seen the one from the I want to say like 40s.
Right. And that's what, when they said Anna Karenina old movie, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a real old one. But then they were talking about this one because they mentioned Keira Knightley specifically, right?
Yes.
I didn't realize she's also in this movie with Matthew McFadden. Much like her Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy pairing. And I'm wondering, like, is Diggins, as someone who kind of knows the book, is Oblonsky in love with Anna Karenina at all? Or is that Karenina?
My God.
Because there's three guys that I'm like, any of them could be a love interest here. But I'm just like, man, that's interesting.
Vronsky is the love interest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's Aaron Taylor Johnson from Craven. I assumed the Keira Knightley name drop was because her and Gore are tight from Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And yeah, they didn't have any other Gore collaborators in this that I could nail down. Yeah, but maybe save them for the sequel. Speaking of sequels, I'm going to spin the wheel, and we're going to get a sequel to the things on the wheel. Here we go. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, landed on one of DJ's. DJ, can you read this one to us?
Oh, I loved it. Okay, this one's called "What an Absolute Great Flawless Plan That Totally Makes Sense." All right. I don't want to nitpick like the things of the plan where it's like, well, how did there like 100 zombie teams come over? Because the movie kind of is, or Sam Rockwell yada yada is like, look, there's a technology at a level you can't understand, so weird shit's gonna happen. I'm fine with that. And there's he kind of alludes to like there being prompts or whatever. It's like, oh, nice prompt, guys. And I'm like, oh, are you all already in a simulation? And I'm actually wondering if that's possibly one of the things in this movie. But okay, to get to the nitty gritty. So the AI.
We talk about the AI's plan or Sam Rockwell's plan, first of all.
Sorry, AI's plan.
Okay.
Gotcha. I'm kind of okay with Sam Rockwell's plan. The AI, to thwart Sam Rockwell, because I guess it knows, which is fine, it gets Juno Temple to get the hard drive son in her ear. No?
I mean, maybe.
No. I believe the ending implies that the hard drive son is actually someone who genuinely wanted to help, and is a separate interested party who we never learn the identity of.
Oh, I'm on DJ's camp here. I think that the computer son was always bad and was like kind of
no, but at the end of the movie, when he's like, "We got to give everyone your disease. I've got some friends now that can help us." He shows the business card of the hard drive guy.
Yeah.
See, okay, so my interpretation was for I guess where I'm at is that because Haley Lou Richardson is able to plug in the AI to the hard drive, that is what makes them think they won, but they actually didn't win because the child son, the hard drive son, is an agent of the AI.
No, it's just that the safety protocols just don't work, because that's what he says at the end. The safety protocols were a dead end. They're not going to work.
I'm interested. This is interesting because I had. So you think, so Dig, do you think that the guy that there is a nice AI that is the son that's in his ear?
It's not clear what that is or like how it's involved, or like it is deliberately never explained in the movie. So I don't want to make claims about exactly what it is, but I believe that is a third party unrelated to Sam Rockwell or the AI.
Okay, so Diggins, go ahead, Nando.
No, you go because mine's a little longer after.
Is this what you were talking about kind of when you were going over review? It's like, yeah, this ending, because now I'm like, whoa, they may be really messed up this ending more than I thought, because like that's a lot of threads and like assumptions for your audience to get. Like you caught it, but like Nando and I didn't catch it because of how kind of like rushed it all is and not super explainy, which like, you don't have to over explain an ending, but like this one's like really confusing.
Yeah, no, this was definitely part of my being like, I feel like the ending doesn't really quite nail it. And so that sort of like lets me down a little bit, even though I still like the movie.
So my question then about the narrative and how the AI, potentially child AI thing, headphone child, plays into it is like what Sam Rockwell learns at the end of, Act 3 is that the whole thing that they're doing has just been an exercise to keep him interested and engaged. The fact that the headphone child was keeping them on that track in parts of the thing that no one else could have like moved them forward on was part of why I was like, well, that means everything, including that, was bad. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah,
why would headphone child want to get them? And by the way, we say headphone child because a lot of stuff happened there. Juno Temple's son is murdered, and she gets like the body double copy child, but she also gets this like hard drive with an earpiece that is like a more genuine version of her son. What is his incentive to help if it just leads to like failure?
Well, presumably they didn't know that.
Okay. But that
presumably who didn't know that?
Whoever this mysterious third party is, they didn't know that the safety protocols wouldn't work.
I see.
So Sam Rockwell gets that knowledge, is able to go back in time, and it's like,
well, because he sees, because he sees like, oh, actually, this is the AI giving us stuff. This is still not right.
What tipped him off, by the way?
I think he just realized it was all a little too perfect.
Yeah. He was always right about everything.
That's also another interesting ending, by the way, is if he's wrong. If they did succeed, but his paranoia would never let him like see that fulfilled success. So that is an interesting. Even in victory, he would never be happy.
Okay, how about this? We're all in agreement that he's in the Matrix the whole time, right? Or something.
I thought that was going to be a part of the ending, but then it's not, and like I couldn't be less interested in litigating what's really going on.
Yes,
that's outside the text of the movie.
Yeah, the reason I think it matters for the movie is it's like, how are we supposed to judge what he's now going to do again and be like, don't worry, I got a plan now? Are we supposed to be like, this is going to fail because the AI already caught him in a loop that he's fucked in forever and ever and ever? Or are we supposed to be like, oh, there's hope, he's going to figure out a way out of the thing? Because like, it feels like if he is in the computer and like the way people assume this happens is he puts on the VR goggles and never takes them off. Everything that happens for post putting on the VR goggles is fake. As a kid, is that like all the parts of the plan that seem to work too well, right, are the result of the global kind of AI disengaging the parking brake or whatever, or like making other shit move that clearly only moves because it kind of wants to for his purposes. But then if that like if that is the world that he's in, there's no way he can get out of it. Like, that's why I feel like anything where it's like, don't worry, we got a plan. If you assume that he's in the fake world and he has to have been, I feel like, then he can't get, like, there's nothing they could do. It's just like,
well,
they're fucked.
It's an act of futility.
I mean,
yeah.
That would lead me to argue that that's probably not what's really going on, because the movie does not seem to be that sort of doomer mentality. I think the ending. No, I feel like the ending is like very much on like the tone of the ending is very much a like, you got to keep trying sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which I feel like if it's all the Matrix and it doesn't matter, I feel like that clashes very badly with that sort of idea.
I agree. I do think tonally it does feel like what they're going for is what you're saying. But yeah, just kind of trying to understand minute to minute what's happening in the movie and not trying to pick apart like what's real and what's not real, but just like, yeah, trying to get, because like when it sends the prompts to them, what's happening? When it sends the cat to them, like what is happening in the world that they're in? I don't
know.
Right? Is it right? So, right. Yeah, it could be far off 3D printers that print organic matter that make it right. Like it could be
because they have cloning technology, so that's not crazy.
It could be magic, right? It's like
magic from Marvel Rivals, from Fortnite, or Marvel Toko. That's what I'm talking about.
I care less about how like the zombie teens and the cats and all that stuff wind up there. Like that is a construct of like, it's AI, you couldn't possibly understand it. And it's like, fine, I couldn't possibly understand it. But like, I don't think that affects like outcomes. Those are like obstacles they like put in. And the weirdest stuff is when they're in the room and like the wires and shit and the toy robots. It's like, well, what's all this, right? You know, is the kid Professor X? Like what are we like watching here? And like, I think you're just meant to like accept it, but like, I don't know.
See, talking about the cat, I do feel like the way that plays out in universe, and I know it's going to sound like, well, yeah, but like really only makes sense if they're in the simulation, not because the cat can't exist in the real world, but because the way that the cat seems to be produced is it goes through their prompts and then just figures out what they had said in that conversation. And this is why I was like, oh, the little headphone kid is doing this, because it seems like, according to Sam Rockwell, this is the first run with the headphone kid. He maybe doesn't take her, or she didn't have it before or something, because otherwise he would have known about the secret way out. And this is fresh for him. If that's true, it kind of feels like the way he describes like, oh, all the things like SEAL Team 6 or Yakuza or something show up. But this time, because they were like, what if it's a nice thing, like a cat or something? The prompts were fed from the conversation they had in that room, which they had to have gotten from that machine because it's the only machine in the room with them.
Well, Nando, they are in a random family's house, and the chances that they have an Alexa or a Ring camera, very high.
That's a good point. But yeah, the way that he sets that up, it feels like what happened that day in that run is markedly stranger than anything that's happened before. Like, yeah. Unless did the kid make the cat? Or did the headphone kid make the cat?
Why would the headphone kid make the cat?
I don't know, but the cat comes and eats all the teenagers.
Yeah, the cat does actually help them.
Yeah, the cat's helpful.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't either. Yeah.
That's the right thing to say. It's like, that's the mind fuck of the movie, right? And like, that's hard to determine, but like the actual outcomes of it's like, right, it's like, is he in a matrix? Is he trapped in a forever loop in a matrix? It doesn't matter. You know, is it, like, how many runs were between when he see him with his mom, like click the button, be like, I'm out. And then when we see him again at a diner being like, I got an idea, we're going to get everyone to stick with your disease. How many runs did he do in between those things? Right.
I assume it was 0, but that's interesting that it's like, maybe it was like 100 other runs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only because Diggins pointed about, it's like, oh, I got friends. He got the card, right? Like that probably didn't happen right after. I don't know, right? You know,
yeah.
How does the kid even know how to make this work? I don't know.
Well, that's why I feel like the kid is also AI, just a different AI, right? Like, because those exist now, kind of those like LLMs that you feed people's Facebook posts into, and they talk to you like it's real. But like, and this kid wasn't like special in any, he wasn't like a super genius or something. So I don't think it's that like, if you put his brain into it, he can actually figure out how to beat the AI. It does just feel like it was like, I don't know, maybe because he had never, I don't know.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah. What was this originally, this wheel slice?
me.
It's about the
it was
AI's
like the
plan.
Yeah.
Immediately
The plan,
derailed by me being like, actually, I don't think that was the AI's plan.
Well, no, it's good because now it's got me thinking. So
Well, I guess the fact that at the end of the movie, the kid's like, everything went the way I wanted. That makes me go like, well, this has to have all went the way the little AI kid wanted.
Oh, wait, hold on. Which kid are you talking about?
The bald kid. Yeah. Like cyber, cyber god.
Because he gives the creepy smile and is holding the pug.
Yes, exactly. And does a little air guitar or something, or is it just creepy smile? I can't remember what it is.
No, he
Maybe
does do
we get an air
guitar.
guitar sound.
He does air guitar.
Pretty rad. But yeah, when the little evil egg shows up and he's like, I've won the whole thing. I'd have to assume, that this was the AI's plan all along. And like, I wish I knew. Maybe I do have to watch it again. I probably will watch it again when it hits VOD for sure, because I want to see like what additions to the plan come from specifically the headphone kid. Okay. Like if you can look at its contributions and go like, oh, it tells them to go here, it tells them to go here, it tells them to go here. Like that's why they kind of end up here, or if it's like it just keeps them on the track they're already kind of on. But yeah. Interesting. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I'm team the AI one and they fucked everybody up and we're all dead, or like in Matrix.
It's all hopeless, right?
Yeah, because like there's just too many things that happen there. I'm like, well, what's the explanation for that then happening? And then not like the cat, but like small things like the parking brake just not failing in a way that helps the guys continue on their journey.
Well, they didn't fail.
Like the way
they just didn't set it.
It kind of unsets itself. Like it like gives the bar shifts down, so something else happens in the car that but either way, even just the fact that the car is on a track, kind of like that the car starting where it is in the parking brake failing is going to end with the car helping them is something that I think is too implausible to be not the result of the AI creating that situation, like getting them out of a jam. And he says, like, obviously, and they say all this in the movie, like, oh, well, the AI is going to give you a story and a beginning, middle, and an end, and it's all going to feel great, but it's all going to be a lie. Like, I just feel like every time something like that happens, you're like, well, that's the AI doing it. But I do want to see this movie again for that reason. Like some of the characters had guns that shoot phones. That's got to be the AI, right? Like that's not real. In this universe, it doesn't seem that interesting.
That's fair.
I keep forgetting about that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe spin that wheel again and then we'll see.
Yeah, let me spin that wheel. Yeah, way too long on this one, but I'll spin. Tick, 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 tick. Diggins, it's you, friendo.
All right, well, this is a much more granular one, so maybe we won't get lost in the weeds here. This just says, unrealistically kind teens. I want to talk about a little scene when the first time we have the school shooting from Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz' perspective.
Right.
They're in there, and one of the teenagers just starts saying mean things to one of the teachers.
Yeah.
But, like, the mean things the teenager says to the teacher are, like, not that mean.
What do they say? I can't remember super well.
She's like, you're old. Why are you so old? You're like 100 years old. And it's like, that's nothing.
Yeah,
a teenager would say much more quietly devastating things about your fashion sense or like, why you'll never find love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, they would cut to the soul of your being. They wouldn't just be like, you're older than me, and I think that's funny.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's true. It's weird. Is it because the kids aren't creative in that world because they didn't have to come up with insults?
I think it's maybe because the screenwriter doesn't understand teens, and that's why they're so weird in this movie.
They are pretty weird. Who did write this movie? I can't remember, because it's not Gore Verbinski, even though he did a lot of other stuff. Like he did like the music for it and stuff. But it's some like, I almost said co-conspirator. Okay. It was Matthew Robinson who wrote Love and Monsters. Did you guys ever see that? It's like a COVID movie. It wasn't a COVID movie. It came out around COVID. It was pretty good. The Invention of Lying, that Ricky Gervais movie where what if lies or actually make you Jesus. That's his first one, to be fair. The Live, Die, Repeat sequel he's working on. Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie's working on. Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Yeah, that might be what it is then. It's just the movie. Oh, he also directed the Invention of Lying movie, too.
Of course he did.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to blame him for that because that's very clearly Ricky Gervais' own peccadillos that really sunk that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, I feel like what's the meanest thing? I feel like I don't have a lot of kids in my life to say mean things to me. I bet if I was around them, they would say things that were even unintentionally mean, and you'd be like, "Oh no, I don't want to hear that." Do you have any of those off the top of your head?
I've structured my life in a way where I never have to hear what a teenager thinks of me because I know it would destroy me.
Yeah. What about like a child? Like, what if it like a young, like kid who's like a family member or something who's just like, "Oh, Diggins is old, right?" And then you're like, you have that conversation with them, and you're like, "Oh no, that's sad."
Mm-hmm. My family members, by the way, don't call me Diggins.
They should. It's your name. You gotta
just to put that out there.
Program, family members. But yeah, I don't know too many teens. I don't think I know any teens. I guess I know one teen. I have a cousin who is technically still a teenager.
Yeah, I was gonna say family, like not family.
No, yeah, but I don't. I haven't. You know what? It's. I feel like for her to antagonistically or accidentally scar me with some sort of comment would involve more kind of like conversation than usually gets had in the settings where my teenage cousin's like, "Oh, hey, Taylor Swift album, huh? All right, see you at the next one of these."
Travis Kelce's dick, huh?
Have not tried to breathe. I mean, listen, I'm sure she has opinions about all the Taylor Swift stuff. Did Taylor Swift fans like that album? Because I saw people saying it's the worst album she's ever made.
I was going to say, I think no is the general answer.
That's interesting. They could just get on one of the other ones. They could go to, what's her name? Fucking Sabrina Carpenter. She's just like the other one, but like Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm. She did a Muppet Show
now because she knows the Muppets. Yeah, exactly. Her and Jeff Keighley could do something together with the Muppets and then ruin it. Yeah. Yeah, kids are... It's tough to write kids, I guess.
It is.
But not that tough. Like...
I like how Wonder Man did it. They're like, kids at your age are just kind of cruel. They're just mean.
Wait, when were there kids at Wonder Man?
In the flashback, they were making, like, he clearly had bullies. So the dad's like, "Oh, you got that cough, right?"
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking, like, what's the last... I need something like White Lotus or something like that like really tries to write evil teens and does a good job. That must exist. I mean, like, it's probably not Euphoria, right? That has evil teens in it, and those are maybe that is closer to how they're written. And there's other problems with that show, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about evil ones. That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie had pretty good kid dialogue because they let the kids kind of make some of it.
That's true. They should have been in this. Do you think they could have beaten the AI? I mean, they had a movie that came out recently where they beat the AI.
They did?
But it was like it was like a 7 or 8 minute short film that was part of another movie that got released in like November. I don't remember which one, but they go to Newark to kill the robots because they're making fake knockoff Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. It looks pretty good.
Oh.
I can't figure out where to watch it. If anybody has Paramount Plus, I guess there, but I've refused. That's the one I'm never going to get.
It's where I draw the line.
You know
it
why?
really is my one line.
You know why?
Why?
You don't have kids.
That's true.
That's where all the SpongeBob lives.
Well, Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig, Dora. No, Dora is Dora. Yeah, because Dora's doing. Yeah, Dora's on. Yeah, it's fucked.
Star Trek, Brave New World,
Below Deck,
Star Trek, Section 31,
Yellowstone.
What's the Star Trek I'm thinking of? the
Yellowstone
was it like
spin-offs.
Yeah.
what's it,
1891 Yellowstone.
Under the Deck, Star
Below
Trek.
Decks.
No, Below Deck is like the show about
Oh.
the people who.
Are you talking about Starfleet?
No,
Starfleet Academy?
This is the cartoon. Starfleet
Yeah.
Academy is the new one that people hate.
The cartoon is Below Decks.
It is Below Decks. Yeah, I think that's right.
They use
And
the
there is-
same name as the Bravo show about the people who work on yachts.
I think people that turn both of them on know which one is which when they watch it for one half of
Also,
a second.
The Star Trek one isn't just Below Decks, it's Star Trek Below
Yeah.
Decks.
I just think it's crazy they picked a like Below Deck is I don't know, maybe because I watched a lot of reality TV. I feel like Below Deck is pretty well known.
Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Below
It's
Deck
also
is huge.
a phrase for a place on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but the show, I feel like I hear Below Deck, the first thing I think about, it doesn't matter.
I think
Now
that's,
I know.
I think that's you, DJ. I don't think that's a common thing amongst the people.
Listeners, tell us
No,
what you think.
I'm with DJ. I think the idea of if you said show Below Decks, everybody except for huge nerds is thinking about that stupid boat reality.
Right, but DJ made a stronger claim. He said anyone who hears the phrase "below decks" immediately thinks of the Bravo show.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
Wait,
know.
no, okay, it's Lower Decks. It's Lower Decks. We were wrong.
It is Lower
Boom.
Yeah, okay.
Boom.
All right.
Good for them.
There's no way they called it that.
Yeah.
It's bad SEO.
I mean, they could have.
Diggins was wrong. Will
was
the
wrong.
listeners be satisfied if I shove Diggins in the locker? You were wrong, Diggins. You made a mistake.
Tell him how
and I'm
old
going to
he
do the
is.
things to you that you do to me when I make a foolish mistake. It was Lower Deck, not Below Deck.
Yeah, you're right, DJ. Mixing up Slovenia and Croatia, two countries that neighbor each other, were once part of Yugoslavia together, and have long-standing cultural and ethnic ties, is exactly the same as thinking that the Dutch people live in Sweden.
Hmm.
I see someone else is reading the Discord about their mistakes.
You don't have to do that if you never make mistakes. So that's why I don't have to do that. Also, Star Trek Lower Decks is canceled as of last year. So
Because
they went for 5
it did
seasons.
something unwoke, or it's like they're not making more of it.
I think they just stopped making it because it was just like ran its course. It's animated, 5 seasons, Jack Quaid. Like I feel like maybe it got expensive as time went on. But maybe if it had been called Star Trek Below Decks and they could trick some housewives into watching it, then maybe they could have kept going.
Yeah, maybe they should have listened to me and Nando. Call it Below Decks.
Yeah, they could have been something, but instead they're not. I've heard Below Decks is good, or Lower Decks is good. I've heard that's like the most maybe consistently fun or just consistently quality of the new Star Trek things.
Better than Section 31?
Better than Section 31. Better than the Picard show everybody hated for a while. Better than the new one everybody hates now.
Mm-hmm.
It's real tough to make a Star Trek thing. They should stop doing it.
They'll never stop.
Yeah, they don't know. Why would they?
They don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, the teens are too nice. That's my complaint.
I
They're
like
too
it.
nice.
I like it.
All right, why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel again?
Why don't you?
Whoa, tick, 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 tick. Oh, Nando, landed on one of yours again.
So this one just says the hole in the that other hole in the Oculus Rift. So the Oculus Rift is sucking their dicks, right? Like when he leaves home, when she leaves home, he takes it off and just puts it on.
Man.
And he's just embarrassed to say that. So he's like, I'm going to live in a different colony on a different planet. It's a perfect world where everything's good. That translates to it's sucking my dick constantly. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't live in society anymore. Like, we didn't see his pants, but it's on during that whole conversation they're having. Just, down there. Yeah, you guys ever used an Oculus Rift, by the way?
I haven't.
Or whatever
No.
they are now, MetaQuest fucking.
I've never used like a.
I've used a VR device. I don't think I've used the specific Oculus or Metaverse or whatever ones.
I used the PlayStation 1 to play like Beat Saber once. That's as far as
Yeah.
I've gotten.
Did they make you like sick? Or like, do you
Not
have
really.
motion sickness from?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I do. I'm like a hero of the movie. But
I
yeah, I think
don't get motion
I think
sickness
I'd
very easily
soldier
at all.
through. I liked the VR bit. I thought that was interesting.
Would you soldier through if the Oculus Rift sucked your dick?
Well, yeah, I guess it really wouldn't matter with the if I got like extreme vertigo during it. I don't know. I have a really hard time with VR because I hate Mark Zuckerberg so much. If somebody else made one that was ethical and did all those things we just said, maybe I could be convinced. But I don't know. Him being on the other end of it, I just can't. I'll be able to make that.
There's the PlayStation one that I don't think he's involved with.
Yeah, well, that one sucks. I want a good one that's like open source and you can use it to download games and stuff, and doesn't belong to Sony.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Because I did have one for a week. I bought one to play the Batman game that they made kind of recently, and then I returned it.
Yeah.
Because it was like not. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty fucked. I do think like when it came to the design of some of the technology, I was like, oh, that's like kind of clever. And other times I was like, you put a little sticker on a MetaQuest Oculus thing, and this was more on the second level. I do think it's weird that they don't have headphones. You don't have to put anything over your ears when you do this thing.
Put the big goggles on your face and that takes care of everything.
And I have seen things now that are headphones like that. Wears glasses that are headphones. Have you seen these? They like send waves through your temples and your bones, and apparently it kind of works.
It's all vibrations anyway, so
yeah, I watch all these CES demos or whatever that those showcases are. They're making a lot of those, so I guess maybe it could do that. But yeah, I think for him to really be in love with the VR system so much, I would need her to come home and he's just got the regular VR system and then some enormous thing attached to his like waist that you're like seeing moving constantly, and you're like, oh, I get what he's into.
The milking machine that Jordan Peterson was so concerned about. One of those.
Yeah. Also, what's going on in the facility in the little bubble facility thing that he lives in now or something? Do we think that's a real thing, or are we getting lobstered? And it's just they put him in a meat grinder.
It seems like it's real. They do like hook you up to IV feed things and matrix you, hose you down every couple of weeks, make sure you're not getting too filthy. That sort of thing.
What do you do? How would you provide value to them? I wonder. Like, he's not rich.
I guess I don't know. I guess he had enough money, but also like the AI just wants to do this to people, right?
Right.
So this is part of the AI's plan. So probably it's just like not that expensive because the AI wants it to happen.
That's true. Would you guys, if given the option, would you go to the virtual world?
No.
Even if it doesn't suck your dick?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I mean, I've always said that I'm Team Cypher in the Matrix. It's like, I don't care that the steak is fake. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
So you would.
Yeah.
You would get the Meta Quest, whatever, permanently strapped to your face and go to the farm where they just leave you hanging for the rest of your life.
Am I happy, Diggins? Am I happy? Is this better? I get that.
Exactly.
The Haley Lou Richardson, is it real? It's like, is this real, Haley Lou Richardson? Who cares?
Yeah, I feel like she's got a pretty strong argument specific to her, where it's like, I can't go there with you, so it's you. But everybody else, if you're a couple, you just go like, we'll both go and we'll have fun. Yeah, my other question about the VR system, though, is are you in your own one of those? Is it No Man's Sky before or No Man's Sky now, where you can interact with other people?
That's a great question.
Or is it like, oh, you're so far away? Because if it's the first one, then I think I'd maybe be like, okay, this is still a little bit too fucked. But if I could interact with other people, I think.
But they say we all talk. That's how we greet each other. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Right?
Well, they say that's a thing they say in the game.
Yeah,
it's not clear if that's real humans or
NPC,
NPCs.
Or fucking the Iron Giant or whatever.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, that was a cool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, keep in mind, you guys are saying you want to live in the Ready Player One world. I'm like, I don't want that.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I could be convinced when they start adding obscure X-Men to it. I'd be like, that's a fun one, and then I'll try it out. That's how it would get me addicted.
You can print your own Anya Taylor-Joy as Magic.
Oh my god. Can I print my own Anya Taylor-Joy as
Gorge Woman?
Queen something? I don't know. What was the Queen's Gambit? She's probably had like a Russian name, right? She was Russian? No. Remember when we all watched Queen's Gambit one day? And then we all forgot about Queen's Gambit. And you watched Queen's Gambit? It was pretty good. But yeah, the Gorge one I wouldn't want. Dacha is her character's name in that. She's a fucking badass.
You can't remember her Queen's Gambit character, but the Gorge was top of mind.
I watched that so recently, you know. It's been forever. That's the thing. Netflix it has been. It's been, and I like the Gorge was good, you know. We were too hard on the Gorge. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could see myself going into the AI if they had cool stuff. Plus, like, and I feel like a theme of this movie is like the world sucks, right? So It's like the kind of escapism is pushing everybody to it, and like I get that, and yeah, like, I don't think our world sucks as much as theirs, but like we're getting there. We're doing our best.
We're not cloning kids with ads after they die in like daily school shootings. So
yeah,
it's
but
not because
we won't. Not because we don't want to, because we can't yet.
Like
we will
would,
definitely
right?
do it once we can.
We would, yeah.
Absolutely. But they also did a Black Mirror episode this season that was a lot like this idea of like, what if your spouse got a surgery, but they had to do ads in it, and it's I don't know. It's fine. But anyway, yeah, VR is weird. Let's spin the wheel. Tick 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, it landed on one of the DJs. DJ, what do you got?
This is great because it really spins off of the one that you just did. I guess that's why they're next to each other on the wheel. This one's really long, so let me put my glasses on and squint. But this is called The Electric Escape, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Fall in Love with Perplexo. All right. So
Perplexo. Remember him?
Perplexo.
Imagine if So obviously they're like the electric state very much here, right? The homeless guy with like the VR strapped to his eyes. So what I want to know is like, this dystopian future. Okay, it's bad because the AI took over and we're all strapped to the headsets. But like that homeless guy who's strapped to the headset, like, is he just going to starve to death because he never takes the thing off? How did he get one? Does AI just give them to everyone? Because you think at some point AI would just abduct everyone and put them on the farm and hang them by the little meat hooks, right? And I don't know, maybe like a better fleshed out future would help me understand like what the stakes are. And I guess that's fine. The other thing is the boyfriend, not who I didn't think was Austin Butler, but kept reminding me of Austin Butler. He is like a Luddite like her, but then he just like get like, does he order a VR set, or does it just come and he's like, oh, a dick attachment, I have to use this? Like,
it seems like they just show up the same way that like Sam Rockwell's character as the kid just finds one. Like, I feel like the AI is just dropping them off everywhere, hoping that you put it on for a second.
I couldn't quite tell if it really did just show up out of nowhere or if he was just lying.
But why would he order one? He's like full, like, I don't use a cell phone, I use an almanac.
Because they say it's better than the real world. It's the best thing that could ever happen to you.
I just don't understand his transition. Like, it doesn't.
I do agree that the movie doesn't really support it well enough, because this is just a small flashback in the movie, so we don't really get a lot of time with him.
Yeah. I do think a focus, a more of a focus on like their time between when they meet and have sex and stuff, and like their happy relationship, than that where like the world falls apart in a way that like really dispirits him or something. And you're kind of seeing him drawn into that would be kind of what I would expect from a movie like this. But yeah, it's, I mean, maybe maybe they added his favorite obscure X-Men to the game, and he's like, all right, I gotta give it a shot now that they got Gambit.
Or obscure. Perplexo. If I met Perplexo, I don't think I would come back to this reality. I want to be with Perplexo.
That's true. We all want to be with Perplexo, DJ. That's just a given.
So yeah, it's like this movie, and right, I think overall came to agreement. Like it's a good movie, but there are like these holes that kind of exist throughout that it just takes like a little bit away. Like to go back to my Everything Everywhere All at Once, that movie like really completes all his themes. It has like a very emotional ending, and like really, it's so character driven that it's able to focus that way. Where like this movie, it's not really character driven. It's way more plot driven. Like Sam Rockwell does a lot, but I don't think he's like what do you have invested in him besides like, I guess I don't want to see the world collapse into AI apocalypse, but then that's not his character. It's like the plot and overall environment. So
yeah, it's interesting too, because like what we learn about like his motivation is that he's sad about his mom getting her killed, and kind of he feels bad about it. Do we get an age that he was at when his mom got killed? I can't remember.
I don't think he says specifically.
He looked like 10.
Right? Yeah, he's very young. I guess part of me was wondering, is he supposed to be the same age as the little kid who built the AI in the future?
Oh, interesting.
Which would suggest to me that the AI is like, oh, you know what this guy really hates is kids. He feels guilty about that thing he did as a kid. So if you make the bad guy a kid, that will gel with what,
that's interesting.
Will like attract him to this story. But yeah, it's one of those stories where like, it's one of those movies where we like him, but we don't know his backstory until so late in the movie that we can't connect to that. You know what I mean? Because it's a secret.
Yes. And because even early on, you don't know if he's telling the truth.
Right.
And I actually think there's like a nice balance there. The thing where it like kind of gets given away is when we do a little not Ready Player One, the Tom Cruise
Minority Report,
Edge of Tomorrow.
No? Edge of Tomorrow. Oh yeah,
we do a little Edge of Tomorrow where we see the other attempts that he had, and I'm almost wondering if there's like a version of this movie where it's kept ambiguous, that you don't know if he's from the future, and we're kind of holding more information back. Like I wonder if like that's a thing.
It'd be interesting, but I do feel like he does too much stuff throughout the movie to prove that he's clearly something.
Yeah.
For that to not be like the most plausible answer. It's just whatever he's saying is probably true because he knows how to change in everybody's pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I guess to be fair to the movie, I would say like he's not necessarily the protagonist of the movie, right? Like Haley Lu Richardson is kind of the protagonist of the movie, in terms of the arc and stuff, and especially the finale. But she's another one who like we don't find out her deal until later in the movie, so the emotional connection to her is just like she hates this technology for a reason that I would also hate it for. But also there's something else going on, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's going to suck for her in that reality where she's just like sent to the loony bin. That probably sucks.
Is the reason that you would also hate it that you are allergic to it, or that it took away that bomb dick?
Oh, I mean, both, I guess. I would hate it. I would hate it because it took away that bomb dick. I would also hate it because, like, how am I going to afford this apartment now? We lived together. He had a job. I didn't even have a job anymore. I had to quit princessing. So, like, I'm fucked.
Because of the dang phones.
Because of the dang phones. Princesses, man. That's a job. That's not a job. But also, maybe it is. Yeah. What was the question?
Oh, sorry. This is me. No, I just... all these complaints about like plot points they shouldn't have, I should be more appreciative of the movie. But yeah,
you should be grateful for the movie, DJ.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you nitpick it?
Part of me does feel like in the process of making this movie, they kind of went, if they were going through the script and they're like, well, this doesn't, why would they do this? And like, this doesn't really make sense. And then they kind of went, oh, but then that'll be fun for everybody to interpret for the next decade. If this movie really hits, like there'll be think pieces about, hey, this guy doing this thing that seems out of character actually is a reference to this other thing. Because like, I feel like movies that are really straightforward don't have that. Sometimes they get the benefit of that. But like a movie that's supposed to be kind of more out there lends itself to being, rewatched and kind of picked into oblivion. So And the more it doesn't fully work together, the more I'm like, yeah, it's got to be a simulation or something. It's just it's the only version of it that makes sense to me. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you said again. But
it's all about Perplexo. We love Perplexo.
Oh,
We
yeah,
love
Perplexo.
Perplexo. The
You
important
think
thing
he could
here,
have fixed this?
Perplexo.
Perplexo.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
yeah.
can have they have robots in this, little robots, little Perplexos that live in the wires or something.
True.
Right, but one of them are Perplexo. If one of them
No.
was Perplexo would have come out and would have been like, "Wow, actually, humans are cool," and the AI would have been like, "Damn,
Yeah.
Perplexo's right. I'm actually not going
That's
to
a
be
good
evil."
point. It's a really good point.
All right. Well, I will spin the wheel on tick, 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 tick. Diggins, it's you.
Oh yeah, it landed on one of mine here that just says "fanatically devoted to the bag." So as I said in the summary, it turns out that there are some people who are just like been hired by the AI to do stuff.
Oh,
For example, the Pigmask Boys have been hired by the AI to kill Sam Rockwell and
Right.
whoever's with him. And like, fair enough. You know, they were told, "I'll give you $50,000 if you kill this guy," and they decided that was a thing that they were willing to do.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who were hired to pretend to be a 9-year-old boy's parents.
Mhm.
And one of them needed that paycheck so bad that he stabbed a man in the brain with a meat thermometer and then charged a second man with a shotgun.
Yeah. I mean, listen, 50 grand's not nothing, you know?
50
How much would it
grand,
take for you to stab Assam Chowdhury in the head with the meat thermometer?
a lot more than 50 grand.
Yeah, that's
Really?
That's like a year of living.
true. Yeah.
Or like, that's like a year's income, DJ. If you have like an okay job, $50,000. I would need to be set for life
Yeah.
to kill a man and then charge a second man with a shotgun.
That's fair.
What about you, DJ? Is 50 grand enough?
Well, I was gonna say yes, but now Diggins has me questioning it. Maybe 500. No, because 500 grand, I'm also not set.
Yeah, I feel like to be set for life, you need like $3 million, right? Like never work a day.
I do it for a
again.
milli. I do it for a milli.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be better at it? Wait, so Diggins, what was your number? 500,000? Or it wasn't even that?
I didn't give a number.
Yeah,
I
you
just
don't
said
have
I'd
a
have to be
number.
set for life.
I guess,
So,
are you going higher or lower than DJ's million?
I feel like $1 million could probably set you for life, but I would to take another man's life, let alone in such a visceral way as stabbing him in the head with a meat thermometer, I think it would have to be higher.
Also, I wouldn't be convinced that would kill him if I'm them.
No.
So many people have those stories of like, yeah, the rail spike went into their head and then but they lived and they just forgot what numbers were or whatever. Like,
Like I didn't live for that much longer, right?
yeah, well, still long enough to kill me or like get revenge.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know how much money it would take for me to stab Awesome Chowdhury with a meat thermometer. I like him. He's funny in Taskmaster. And probably other stuff too. In Wonder Woman 84, remember that? Or he's in there.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I have 2 coffees now. That was his line. Yeah. Another movie about wishes and granting wishes and stuff. Yeah, what do you think? Like, do you think that's a Fiverr situation or something? Or like, is there an app for this? Have you heard about apparently, what is it? Waymo's? No. Yes. Waymo's are hiring Uber drivers to close the doors for them because the Uber drivers can't close, or the Waymo's can't close them themselves.
Yeah, I did see this.
So do you think this is like a couple steps removed from that of like, they're just like a guy who helps the AI do whatever it can't do. And eventually it becomes like, pretend to be my mom and dad. Because
Possibly.
pretty weird.
Isn't that a thing that happens in Absolute Batman?
Which one?
those like masks you put on, and it tells you that they'll give you this much money if you do this crime.
I was gonna say this sounds really familiar, and it is. Yeah, Absolute Batman. The party animals that Black Mask creates they have masks that everybody has a bounty, and it kind of identifies like, oh, Commissioner Gordon, $1 million. Yeah, that was cool in that. I like that book. I feel like Batman would have done pretty well with this because he doesn't like VR. He doesn't trust it. He's too smart for it. Except for that comic where he goes to Fortnite, gets stuck there.
Oh, no.
But then he gets out. So to be fair, he can figure it out.
So you think Batman would solve this time loop thing?
Yeah, I do. I think Batman probably has. There's probably been some story that's pretty much this, where they're all in the Matrix or something. And that's pretty cool. Honestly, this reminds me a lot of a cartoon episode of the Justice League cartoon where they go to like Pleasantville 50s. Good time America, and it turns out to be a simulation created by a little child who's crazy. But
yeah, that was like the finale, wasn't it?
It wasn't the finale of the show. It might have been the finale of like one of the seasons. But it was, they had like all the old guys came back. I don't even know if Batman was in that episode though, because it was I think that was just Flash, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl maybe.
I was thinking of something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They do that in other shows probably too, like that. Yeah. What if let's say you don't think the AI is going to kill you, or like there's not going to be death involved. There's not going to be my death involved, or there's not going to be the death of anyone involved. Any death. Like, what if you think it's just playtime for the AI because it wants to have two parents there? How much would it cost to get you to do that for a night? Like, let's say like 5 to midnight. You just got to go, pretend to be mom and dad. That's it.
I'm doing that for like, and honestly, I'm being told it's like there's actually no kid, or it's like the kid's upstairs, but don't worry about it. You don't have to.
You just have to like pretend to be a family, make a dinner, pretend to be a family.
I'll do it for like $10,000.
I would do that for way less money than that.
I would do that for $1,000.
It's sketchy.
A few hundred.
It's sketchy.
Yeah, but like,
it's sketchy, but I would be like, somebody's jacking off to this somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, this is a plot to end the world.
So you would be in a porno for so little money, Diggins.
Private porno for one sicko.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. I think I mostly agree. You could convince me to do it. I think honestly, you could convince me to do it for the story. Be able to tell people like, yeah, I had to do weird AI wanted me to do mom and dad stuff.
Mom and dad stuff. Ooh.
And then there's that, aspect of it, I guess, as well. But also, like, it's weird because, like, if you're them, do you see the giant monster outside and go like, oh shit, this is an AI thing? Or are they still like just like in the, putting the silverware away in the kitchen and don't even get any of that at all? Because at that point I would probably leave. But yeah, so I wouldn't be in that situation.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't kill a man and then charge a second man with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
I'm like the mom. I'm like, this is so fucking weird. I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, the mom, I would be like, yeah, I'm not going to die for this.
If I were a henchman, I would quit so quickly. Like, minute one. Whenever the first thing goes wrong, I'd be like, all right, guys, peace. Yeah. Have fun.
You would be the henchman in that one episode of the Batman animated series who opens the door, sees Batman, and then closes it and is like, didn't see anything.
Mm-hmm. I would be that, except I would quit when I heard a creak in the building. I don't think there should be a creak in. I would just like, oh, this is gonna be Batman, and then just because, yeah, I don't have the stomach for it. Yeah, pretty cool.
But why don't I think there's a few more spots left on this wheel, right, boys?
Something like that.
For sure.
So why don't I go ahead and give it another spin? Whoa, tick 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 tick. Oh, Nando landed on one of yours again.
So this one just says, so like, what is Wi-Fi? You know, what is going on
What
in that
is
girl's brain?
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I
know,
got to talk
when you
about the
get right
Haley Lou
down to it.
Richardson plot line because it is explained to us, and we see it happen many times in the movie. She's allergic to cell phones and Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Cell phones, sure, you know, maybe the cell phone, like a cell phone being near you, something is going on in it, whatever. Wi-Fi, it's like there's Wi-Fi everywhere. I assume that's Wi-Fi in that restaurant, right? Like, and she's not just getting an aneurysm from that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wi-Fi is being shot out in all directions
Yeah,
in any
right.
populated area these days.
Well, maybe she has
And,
like
like,
headaches all the time from it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hmm.
I like the idea of that. Like, that feels like a fun Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. Right.
Where it is just like like an allegory, and it's really dumb, and you're not supposed to be like, this is anything that could ever happen. But it's like, what if you couldn't use this technology everybody else could use?
Yeah.
I think if we hadn't gotten 8 seasons of whatever, how many Black Mirrors we've already gotten, I feel like this movie would feel really like profound. But they've done so much. Also, the bit where so there's a bit in this movie where there's a magic thing, a character, not magic thing, but like a special thing, like a little box. Then like our characters need to do something with it, but they can't. And then we just, like, in a moment of like danger or something, we zoom in and we see it being held or whatever, and then blood being dripped on it. And I'm not positive about this because I haven't gone back and watched it in a while. I'm pretty sure that's how the Pirates of the Caribbean movie ends. The first one of those.
Oh, is it
With-
really?
There's like gold pieces that they have to use, and Jack Sparrow very heroically, secretly kind of takes one and then returns it and bleeds on it to break the curse.
Yeah.
And so that's the Gore Verbinski special. Good for him that he got to work that into this movie too.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, I feel like if I'm Haley Lou Richardson, you'd have a nosebleed situation. You put in like a little thing just in case, you know, like you're going out to do princess job, right?
Just a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
that's
she's doing a, like, you know, customer service, public facing job.
That's true.
Where,
yeah.
like, if you got big stuff
Yeah.
coming out of your nose, people be like, what the hell's that for?
Are there any princesses that have big stuff in their nose or a mask or something like that she could maybe be that one instead?
I think only Princess Schnozzly, and she's not very
Yeah.
popular.
No, I don't think there's any. They need to make a Disney princess with a mask. Like, yeah, I can't think of a single one.
I guess there's
one
like
that we're
a
forgetting.
scene or two where Jasmine wears a veil over her face.
It's true. She
Oh,
probably
yeah.
couldn't. She could try to be Jasmine, I guess. Is this a post woke society?
I mean, it must be, right?
Right? I think it is. So then that's interesting. Then she could have been Jasmine. That'd have been pretty cool.
Instead of Elsa's cousin.
Elsa's cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like her in this though. I think she was
Yeah.
she was interesting. And I like her in the Ponies show, and in the Ponies show, she's like the opposite of this. So I like it's a good play.
She's
the one who's,
addicted to Wi-Fi. She can't get enough of
yes,
it.
exactly. Yeah, she eats Wi-Fi for breakfast, and he sucks it up through her nose like cocaine, and it's fine.
Oh God.
Off a toilet seat, like our beloved RFK or whatever. So
Our
that
beloved
the other
Health and
day-
Human Services Secretary. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. That was fun. I like the Wi-Fi bit. And I kind of assumed the headset was also using Wi-Fi or something, right? Like, why didn't that tip her off?
I mean,
Oh,
is it
interesting.
is it Wi-Fi or is it Bluetooth? And also, what's the difference between those things?
Exactly. Well, but yeah, Wi-Fi is like it's all about like the waves and like the kind of, you know, frequencies of the waves. But it's using something to like communicate with something else, I assume, unless everything is in that box. That box is like the little brain, and it doesn't need to actually kind of query the outside world. I don't know.
But at the very least, it has to send the audio to the earpiece.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So that would definitely be Bluetooth or something. Yeah. Anyway, Wi-Fi is cool. Spin the wheel again. Tick, 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 tick. Landed on one of DJ's. DJ, what do you got?
This is a very quick one. It's just like, hey, why not be racist?
Why not be racist?
Why not be
Post-woke
racist?
World. Yeah.
You know, so like the two parents who, I guess they lost their kid like 3 or 4 times or whatever, their clone kid. And for this one, like, you know, and it's a mixed race couple. And they're like, yeah, we just made her like super tall and Muslim and racist and all those things. And I'm like, man, I guess if you're these people, why the fuck not? Well,
Exactly.
You've been through so much.
She's going to get shot anyway.
And especially after you get the first one and it's clearly just like a vacant, you know, body with no brain. It's like, this isn't my kid, but I do have one and they're giving me a new one. So let's, you know, switch it up. See if I can get some cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, Did you guys think we were going to see that character at some point?
I really
just a
thought
really
there was
tall
going to be
racist person.
I really thought there was going to be some appearance from that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like a teen, you know, I feel like we could have got a bit where like Awesome Chowder was like trying to get over a wall or something. And then he just saw giant hands come and be like, dark skinned person. I'm not fully against it, but I've got some problems. And then, yeah, couldn't evade her. That scene was funny. I like that scene.
Yeah. And I thought too, it's like, is this like, you know, because like that is what just some people do with like AI, right? They're just like, they probably just put in like the most like insane, like racist prompts and just like see what the fucking.
I think we've learned from Grok that many people do that. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's also been the case that it's like all these LLMs, anything that's like people that's usable has had to have people go through with a fine-tooth comb and get rid of all the Nazi stuff that inevitably happens whenever anyone tries to do this.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. And I guess like for these parents, maybe part of it is like they want their kid to be like, the kids are too perfect. So they need like a flaw. They need to make their kid weirdly flawed to make it seem like a real person again. So that's why like racist. Maybe their original kid was racist and they just didn't want to say it.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's, maybe that's like something in the world I didn't like try to track the diversity of whatever Los Angeles or wherever this is, but maybe everybody's white and I didn't even notice, like Peacemaker. And then the scene where they're picking the qualities for the kid, that's interesting, you know, where they're like sports and stuff. Pretty cool.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
One personality trait for your kid.
What do you think your personality traits would be if you got picked, you know, your parents or just anybody had to redo you?
I would have gotten clumsy, right? And then
that's your flaw. That's not your personality.
I'm guessing I'm going through all of them. So yeah, clumsy for sure.
Yeah, I forgot what the good ones were.
Well, there's your personality, interest, flaw.
Yeah, I just remember all the options.
I don't think we see anything after that.
There's no way board games were an option on there, right? There's like no fucking.
It must have been, right? Or
I don't know.
Or at least like
video games. Yeah. And that would be fun to have, you know, even if your kid didn't do board games before, it'd be like, let's play a board game. You love board games. But you figure it'd be too smart because he has computer brain or something. Yeah. What about you, Diggins? What's your fault besides clumsy?
My
DJ
fault or my personality?
Both.
So personality, I feel like it would be either weird or sad.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And my flaw, God, there's so many. How do I pick just one? I guess just, you know, almost legally blind.
That would be a good one. Yeah,
that's good.
I feel like I would have to be like, if I'm going into school every morning and be like, Mom, if we have to do this again, tall. I don't know how many times I have to tell you,
man.
Just give me one. Let's try tall. See if it works.
And your mom's just like, I'm sorry, but you being a short king is so intrinsic to your identity as a person that if you ever were tall, you would cease to be my son.
We tried it, and it was just that person was too cool. It broke the machine, so he had to handicap. Like we had to put a little. Oh, now he's like not 6 feet tall, so he can't go pro. But yeah, that would be. I definitely have some notes, and yeah, that part was interesting.
It sure
Kids are
was.
weird.
Yeah. Well, I think that was me, so I'll spin the wheel, and I guess this is the last one here, so I'll spin tick, 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 tick. Diggins. Bring us home, buddy.
All right. I guess since it's the last one, I think we got to ask the question that has been on all of our minds the whole time. What's up with this diner?
What's up with this diner?
Good question.
Norms.
Kind of. Yeah, Norms. It's a real diner, right? It's like a famous diner in Hollywood, I think.
Think so,
Is it?
yeah.
I don't know that for a fact, but I believe so.
Norms Hollywood. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
I want to say other movies take place there too, like, but I don't know. They'll have to send
Norms
me.
seems cool.
Drag Me to Hell, Intolerable Cruelty. Let's see, Autofocus. Yeah, Bosch. A lot of Bosch takes place there.
A lot of episodes of Bosch.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, this is probably the biggest one. But yeah, what is it about the diner?
Yeah, why does he got to come here? Why are all these people the warriors?
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like the main reason is they're close enough to the kid to be part of it, right? So they can walk to him. But besides that, like,
So
does he ever say that, like, my scientists figured out it has to be some of you guys or what?
no, he just asserts that like amongst you guys is the combination of people that can do it, but he never says why. And so like then the question becomes further then, is the fact that his mom is there a complete coincidence?
Right.
Or is that part of it?
Or is that all of it, right? Is it just is it the machine? It's like there's some combination of people that's going to save the world in here, and the actual combination is just her. Like, we need to get the
Right.
person who's allergic to technology.
It does seem like
And-
she does need to be part of it.
I guess, well, okay. Is this like it's a time travel movie, right? So, like, is this one of those, like, he says this to her in the past, and then she tells him about it in the future, and then he goes back in time and says it, like chicken and egg kind of thing,
Right.
where like there's no good reason for it, but it exists because that's where they are, and it continues to exist that way. I could be convinced that's what it is. It's weird because he's not actively trying to protect his mom, it seems like, before he picks her for the team.
Well, at first he's protecting her by he never picks her.
Exactly. Yeah. And but doesn't he say everybody that's in the thing's gonna die anyway? At some point.
Well, I think he's just talking about how the bad future's coming.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I guess if we are considering if it's like a kind of circular time travel thing, then like her not being in the future to raise him now because she got hauled off to the asylum in what is clearly the Matrix now, it fucks up everything. Like they can't do the loop is popped. So that's interesting.
We can't think about the time travel part of this, or we're gonna be here all night.
That's true. I will say he's got a really bum deal that he doesn't have the edge of tomorrow. He dies and then just goes back. Like he has to actually like activate it. So like, what if someone like chops off his hand or like chops off his head, right? Like there's a lot of ways to go awry.
In the head really quickly, and he just dies. Like,
That's why he got to have his finger on the trigger at all times.
No, but like you could get snuck up on, and
yeah, and also like, I feel like if I'm him, anytime I run into any like resistance whatsoever, I'm pressing that button. Because I'm like, I'm gonna trip, and then this is gonna be the one where I bump my head and it all goes to shit. So
It's like in a video game when you've tried a mini game a couple times and then just like every time just like the first thing goes wrong, you're just like reset. No, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be the perfect start.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Is this a video game movie?
Oh. They have to sneak around. A lot of AI.
A lot of like
a lot of mobs
kids on their phones. Yeah, wires and shit.
Procedurally generated enemies.
Yeah, boss level kind of things with like a big cat. And then the idea of like, I mean, the idea that this is kind of a game that the AI has cooked up for him to keep him entertained. And he plays it like a game. He plays it like, oh, there's only 3 ways out of this building, and I've done this one.
Right.
Like it has that Edge of Tomorrow bit where he's got her hostage in the building, and like he's trying to like kill Brendan Gleeson or something.
Right.
And she's like, "What do we do now?" And he's like, "I don't know. This is as far as I got in this thing." Like I don't fucking Like he's that for most of this movie, but I feel like thinking about this movie as a video game movie doesn't make more sense, but I feel like it does help to kind of understand how to watch it and like how to think about it as being like played by a guy who's played the level a lot. And what kind of games is this? Like Baldur's Gate kind of game then, where you have to recruit party members or something? Like what's he doing?
Oh, I see that part of it. Yeah,
I feel like it's more like a
Chrono Trigger or something.
No, I was gonna say more like a roguelike where it's like you have what's it called? Darkest Dungeon, where it's like you can pick different party members and you gotta like, different combinations to be like these people's skills work well together, or like these people's skills don't really work well together. And you sort of just like trying to feel that out, and like some people die and you're like, okay, I gotta replace you with these new party members.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I feel like I think this is a movie, much like Edge of Tomorrow, that is a video game movie without being about a video game. And that's interesting. Considering I predicted this would be the year of the video game movie. But, that's just something
I see. That's why you asked that. Okay.
These are selfish things.
I just thought about it now, but now I'm like, actually, that was pretty poignant of me.
Right, like when you spent the entire Minecraft pod insisting the movie's kind of good, right, guys? And we were like, absolutely not.
We did like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This movie could have used a chicken jockey or something, or man sandwich or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think I feel like the diner thing has to be explained via circular logic, like causal, loop thing. And I mean, his scientists made the machine, right? So maybe they did probabilities. They figured out like somebody here, but we don't know which one.
Could be.
That tracks kind of. But yeah. Well, now we got to answer some questions.
We do.
You guys.
True.
Big questions.
All right. So this one's huge. Could Nando defeat it? And it is the AI. So, like, can you do the Sam Rockwell?
You got to be Sam Rockwell. Could you win?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're me and you believe that he's in a simulation, yes, because my body doesn't do those well. I would eventually just be like, I'll throw up and then quit. But in terms of like the gaming it out and stuff and picking the right people, I don't know if I honestly feel like the hardest part of it would be getting up in front of the diner and being like, everybody listen to me. I don't like that. That's awkward.
Fun, yeah.
It's no fun.
Well, yeah, but once you've done it 116 times, I feel like the 117th time is like whatever.
That's true. Yeah, I also feel like what other things would I do better than the characters in this movie? I mean, they do everything they need to do pretty well. I think the one thing I would do that I think the characters in this movie don't really think about as much as you kind of expect is like maximize the use of those 2 technology destroying guns, because we send the 2 characters away with 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure we could have gotten away with sending them away with 1 and then keeping 1 for ourselves or whatever. And he must know those exist, right? Like he's done this before with these people.
Right.
It's not
Presumably
clear
one
to
of
me.
them's picked up the gun before.
It's not clear to me if he's aware, because at one point he's like, "Does anyone have any weapons?" And they're like, "Nothing that would be useful in this situation." He's like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I agree. So I guess if I'm Sam Rockwell and I'm going back in time, I'm like, the guns. That's like what we should be doing. We'll just mass produce them and then we're good. Because like, seems pretty good.
But they only work for a couple seconds, and then the phone turns back on.
Sure, but that's like a first gen, shitty gun made of plastic. Like, if we can get it to our best guys, and then we can use it to like make real guns or an EMP or something, then I think we're good.
Yeah, find the teacher and be like, "How did you design this? Tell me,
right. And he's like a science teacher at high school. This isn't, like, it's just some guy.
Hey, science teachers at high schools can end up being meth kingpins, so
they can do that. They can destroy the Upside Down or whatever they did in that show.
You never know what a high school science teacher can do, Nando.
So yeah, I think I don't know, but would I get too distracted and just would I every time be like, all right, Zazie Beetz, you're coming with me. Everybody else stay here. And then I'd be like, all right, so what do you want to do? You want to go check out like a movie or something? And then she'd be like, what about the thing? And I'd be like, oh, whatever. I'll blow us up if we don't do it.
I'm taking a break this cycle.
Just do like a whatever run, right?
Right? Yeah. What was it like on Deadpool set? What Zazie Beetz like? Do you still talk to Childish Gambino from Atlanta? And then he'd be like, maybe. And then we could get him involved. That would be pretty cool because this is LA. It's probably where he lives.
And then you could be like, is that movie real? Is it ever coming out?
Yeah, we ever getting Bando, whatever. I think about it all the time, every couple of days. I thought about it yesterday. But yeah, I love, so I think I could, I don't know if I could beat it, but I think I could do okay. I think I could do about as well as Sam Rockwell's doing.
Okay.
The question is, and this is because it's LA based, this one just came to my mind. There was a show, that Joey show, which I think we talked about maybe once or twice before in the show.
Yeah, I think it's come
He
up.
lives in LA.
Yeah.
If he was in the diner, would he be helpful or a problem?
Ooh, that's a good question.
How would he contribute?
So Joey is often stated to be physically strong,
That's
which I
true.
feel like is an asset.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey is not, I wouldn't say he's a Luddite, but he's also not incredibly technology savvy or like tech
Right.
forward.
Mhm.
So that would be helpful.
But he is easily distracted.
Yeah.
Would he buy it, I guess, right? Isn't that a question? Like would he?
I feel like he would
Yes.
almost immediately believe the story.
Okay.
Dumber characters have convinced Joey of dumber things over the course of this and
That's
Friends.
fair. Yeah.
Like, and I do think like I would buy it if I feel like Sam Rockwell, and to the credit of the movie, he doesn't fuck around. He just gets in there and he's like, here's all the things I need to pretty much say to prove that I'm something. That this
Right.
is not just a crazy guy off the street. I know all your names. I know where you're from, whatever. So like that, I feel like would definitely convince Joey.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
And then I guess the other question is like, would Joey make it this far? Or would he go on, like sabbatical because he loves, virtual computer where he gets to do whatever it is he wants to do with his family members or whatever.
Right.
No, I feel like people would be like, Joey, the VR's so cool. You got to eat the food and have sex with the women.
Yeah.
And he's like, but if I eat it in the VR world, I don't taste the tasty food, and I don't need no computer to be able to pick up women.
Mm.
Yeah, there would definitely be like a thing where like Michael gets really into VR and gets the machine and is just in the background of all the shots with the biggest machine on his penis and then like the smaller one on his face. And Joey's just like, man, Michael just can't. Because that's the other thing about Michael. Joey does seem to have a disdain for nerds, not like hatred, but you're not as cool as me. So that I feel like would be helpful in keeping him away from technology generally. I could see a world where Gina or Alex brings one home and he tries it, but But yeah, I think you're right. I think him being like, this isn't real food though, because he knows he could do taste tests of food. He can tell if food is what it's supposed to be, and like he has like the Wolverine sense of smell that cannot be fooled. So yeah, it wouldn't work on him. And that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Is this movie woke?
I mean,
Ooh.
yes, because it hates AI.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Is hating AI woke is more of a question. I'm not convinced it is.
Really?
Yeah, I think it does fall on like left right lines, but I don't think I wouldn't classify liking AI as not being woke. Well, I guess because you can use it to do like weird sex stuff on Twitter. I love that. So I don't know.
And weird racist stuff on Twitter.
Racist stuff on Twitter. That's right. I feel like I would imagine there's also a large contingent of people that would consider themselves anti-woke who also don't like AI. Like, for instance, Bill Maher doesn't like AI.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's hard for him to understand because it's a computer, I think, mostly. But besides that, like, yeah. And honestly, Bill Maher really doesn't like AI because he doesn't like AI girlfriends and stuff like that, like, because he thinks it's weird. But like, so yeah, I feel like, and Bill Maher has no problem beating up children because he doesn't think they're, they matter. So,
Right.
I don't know. I'm not convinced this is woke. I do think the cast is somewhat multicultural a little bit.
It's true.
In a way that's not
Michael
nothing.
Pena, Zazie Beetz.
A lot of women, Awesome Chowdhury. Yeah. Like, yeah. The leads are white, so there's that. But, what are you going to do? And then,
Can't solve every problem.
It thinks, does the movie think school shootings are bad? I would say yes.
Yes, I would absolutely say yes.
I do think it thinks they're bad, but it doesn't think they're like, it doesn't have, I guess it's interesting because the movie doesn't have any interest in preventing them. That's kind of part of what the movie thinks about everything is like, this stuff's just happening. Like, we got to figure out a way to get around it, but we can't go back in time and stop them from ever doing school shootings.
Yeah, I guess there's no real political valence to the idea that it's bad that there's so many school shootings. You got to start getting into the why and the how to stop it before it's really political. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Left-right political.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess this movie's kind of woke. Although a virus does potentially save the world. So they're able to engineer it in a lab to infect everybody maybe in the future. So,
But Nando, what if that virus is the woke mind virus?
Oh no!
Yeah, TDS,
diabolical.
Well, okay. How about this? What would Elon think of this movie?
He would hate it because it says AI is bad.
Yeah. So maybe it is woke just on the merits of that. Does this movie, it name checks a couple, like we said, name checks like Keira Knightley. Does it name check any other like real world things like politicians or like political or historical figures or anything like that we can kind of use to be like, this movie respects JFK, so it's woke or something?
Imagine if we respect JFK.
I can't think of any.
So
yeah, because like I don't think it's outwardly political, but I think the themes are that were like, it's does Fox News use this movie to be like, it's woke because of blah blah blah? Like that's a really good indicator if they think it's woke.
I don't think it would like really stir up a culture war about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like if we're using that as the metric, then I guess I would say it's not woke. Because as we've said before, not woke is not the same thing as anti-woke.
I still think it's woke. This movie just feels woke to me.
It does. It feels like a not necessarily woke movie about a woke concept. So like it is a woke idea presented in a somewhat apolitical way. And that is interesting.
Right.
Like that, it's hard to parse. That's interesting though. That's pretty cool. Is this Do we know? I guess we don't know because it would have to be today. But like, some projections for this because you got 4 movies coming out this week. Well, 3 big ones that are probably all vying for like this, Wuthering Heights, and Goat. Are any of them? Do we think this is going to do okay? People, I've seen a lot of positive reviews of it, but like, I don't know if any of them are going to be a hit.
Theater I saw it in was pretty well packed.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
it is good.
Maybe it'll do well then. Maybe I don't think we'll get a sequel, but I hope it jump starts Gore Verbinski's career because he's pretty. I think he's a very interesting filmmaker, and yeah, I'd like more stuff from him. But you guys, speaking of like more stuff from, you guys want to get to our classic segment?
I would love to get to our classic segment.
I would love that.
All right, DJ, do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
I do have something to recommend to the fine people, and this is like hot off the presses recommendation for a video game that came out just this week as of our recording. Have you guys heard? Yeah, you guys know where I'm going. You guys have a little game called Mewgenics?
I do know about this game. I've not played it, but I've seen the thing of it.
I mean, Nando, you should be a super proponent for this game as a lover of cats.
The game where all the cats explode? Yeah, no, that I think there's something about it that I just don't bring. Like
the cats only explode if you're bad at it, Nando.
Yeah, well, that's true. So if I got skill difference, my cats survive. I don't know. I thought about this. I think someone described it as like Newgrounds-esque, and that was never an aesthetic that appealed to me. But anyway, explain what this is to people that don't know. Yeah.
So let me explain it. So, well, aesthetically, I'm glad you said that first. So this is from the creators of Binding of Isaac, which is a game that is like very dark. Like just the storyline of it is like very, very dark. But that game is also a roguelike, but that's more of like the adventure-y roguelike where you're like going around and like punching things, stuff not quite Hades, more like 2D version of that, but that's like what that is. This is a turn-based tactical roguelike where you take cats, you breed them, and you get them as strays, and you give them little powers, little stat boosts, and you go in and you
so far.
You fight other cats, and the cats like punch each other, and they spit, and they poop everywhere, and they explode if they die.
You had me in the first half there, but I don't know. It's something about that back half.
I mean, there's something about this game there. It's like it was made for DJ. Like, wait, it's a roguelike, and it's tactical, and it's turn based, and you get to like make cat stat blocks by like breeding different cats and stuff.
And you can give your cats autism.
And you yeah. You can give them a big old stick, and they can hit other cats with the stick. Like, I don't know, like. I can understand the aesthetic being off-putting, but the gameplay is like legitimately good. Like it is a fun game. It's honestly, it's a great like pick up and put down game. Which if for all the parents out there who need a good pick up and put down game,
here he goes again, up on his high horse.
Fine, not even being a parent as a lovely Steam Deck owner, it's a great game for my Steam Deck.
That makes sense.
The elitist class. But seriously, it's like a really good fun game. I guess like look at the trailers, you'll know immediately if it's like a not for you kind of thing. I mean, if you get it on Steam, you jump right in, you can play it for under 2 hours, you can return it if you don't like the aesthetic.
That's true.
I don't know, just pretend it's different. I don't know. If I could get through, 2 hours of 28 years later without loving it, and then the Bone Temple with, liking it more because it was less zombified, then surely you could play what wind up being like 15 to 20 hours of Mewgenics. I have no idea how long the game will be, but it's like a roguelike, right? So the gameplay loop is like,
I mean, yeah, it's a roguelike. Theoretically, you could play it forever.
Yeah, but like Hades 2 has an end. All right,
Yeah, but like Binding of Isaac doesn't really.
No, not really. Yeah, and that's what I haven't figured out if this game, because like the level progression.
I know it literally does have ending cinematics, but you're not really like. You don't get to the end of that and you're like, I don't need to play this anymore.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I don't know if this game is marching towards some kind of like, you'll get to like some kind of like satisfied ending where it's like you beat Big Cat or whatever, or if it is one of those more like you just kind of keep going and going and going. Like Slay the Spire. You could play Slay the Spire forever, right? Like that is truly a game with no ending. And I know, again, like Diggins said, like, yeah, it does, but like not really. And I'm not sure where this lands yet, but like you'd probably be good after like 15 hours or whatever. So yeah, it's a fun game. Pick it up on Steam. You get the like little 10% off because like it just came out or whatever. But yeah, I certified fresh, says DJ. Diggins, what do you have to recommend to the folks here?
All right. I watched so many movies this past week that I'm just going to go through them really quick.
Nice.
First one, I watched a movie called A Field in England, which is like a very low budget indie movie. Set during the English Civil War, where some guys are like deserters and they end up in a field after a battle, and some trippy stuff starts happening. It's kind of like a folk horror sort of thing. Honestly, I thought it would be more like surrealistic and trippy than it really is. But I still liked it. It's still like a good movie. It's just more conventional than I was expecting. The low budgetness of it sometimes is very apparent, but I think for the most part, it looks really nice. So that's
it's
a good
from
movie.
2010, I think I'm looking at it right now.
2013, I believe.
Okay.
It's free on Tubi, which is where I watched it.
There you go.
Yeah, Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
We love Tubi in
Not
this house.
Tubi.
Then I watched a movie called The Lair of the White Worm. This is a strong contender for movie I might pick if I ever get another pick for this podcast.
Oh,
Because this is a movie by Ken Russell from the 80s based on what is widely considered Bram Stoker's worst novel, written while his brain was half eaten by syphilis.
Ooh.
And it is a ridiculous, over the top, like B movie, bad cheesy effects,
Wow.
weird acting, just like a really, really funny movie. I think on purpose, but also like, you know, it seems really, it can seem like it's really poorly made. And that's a lot of fun. Then I watched one of Nando's favorite movies.
Ooh.
I watched One Cut of the Dead.
Oh yeah, have you ever seen that before?
No, it was my first time, and I wasn't spoiled, so I got to the full experience.
That's cool.
But I'm not going to say too much about it. It's like a kind of a zombie movie. It's a Japanese zombie movie, also very like indie, low budget. I think literally the biggest difference, like the biggest like what do you call it? Not like in overall difference, but like proportion between budget and a box office of any movie ever made.
That's interesting. I could see that. Yeah,
because it was made for like $25,000 or something absurd.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's really good. I don't want to say too much about it because finding out what that movie is part of the charm of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good. The Thing by John Carpenter, great movie. I've seen it before, obviously, but I watched it again. You don't need me to tell you that The Thing's amazing. The Thing's an amazing movie. The effects still look incredible. I watched it with a friend who'd never seen it before, and they were like, "Are we sure that hasn't like been touched up like by CGI or something? Like that's really what it looked like in the theater in the 80s?" And it's like, yeah, they were just that good.
Yeah. They really were. You ever seen the new one that they made with Mary Elizabeth Winstead or whatever?
I sure didn't.
Me neither. I gotta watch that one of these days.
I hear it's like fine, but it's really nowhere near as good as the original.
Yeah.
And then finally, I watched By Design, a new movie by Amanda Kramer, starring Juliette Lewis, where Juliette Lewis plays a woman who swaps souls with a chair.
Oh, we've heard of this. Is it any good?
It's really good. I liked it a lot.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
DJ,
I couldn't quite get a read on how clever that actually was and how just weird it was, but that's interesting.
It's very weird, but it's like kind of like a magical realist sort of thing. Like it's not trying to be naturalistic. And I thought it was very funny, and I liked it a lot. And it's a tight 90, DJ.
Yeah, baby. You know how to speak my language, bro.
And it like just came out, right? Like it looks like
I saw a preview
new.
screening of it this past Monday.
Wow.
So yeah, A-Like just released. So
That's
maybe you
cool.
can find it in one of your, if you guys got theaters near you that play indie movies, listeners, maybe
If I
it'll
were
be
so lucky.
it'll be in there.
Mhm.
So if you can, I would recommend it. It's very fun. Anyway, those are all the movies I watched this week.
Nice.
Wow.
You're a busy
What's your favorite?
bee,
Do you have a
man.
favorite?
Of
I
those
guess-
ones, oof. I
The
mean,
Thing's a classic.
probably The Thing, if I'm
Yeah,
being
it's hard to
honest.
beat
But like
The
I said,
Thing.
that's not a new movie to me. I've seen it before. Of
That's
the
fair.
new to me movies, God, Lair of the White Worm is so ridiculous.
It looks cool from the picture I just looked at. Also, it has Hugh Grant in it, it seems.
It has Hugh Grant and Peter Capaldi
And-
before either of
yeah.
their careers took off. Yeah,
Before either of them tried to kill Paddington.
that's
in
correct.
those two movies they're in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It also has, despite featuring all but one exclusively British actors, some of the fakest British accents I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I love
Really?
that. Love that.
So yeah, like I said, it's a strong contender for a movie I might make you guys watch if I ever get another pick. Anyway,
All right.
what
I'm
about
down.
you, Nando? Anything to rec?
Okay, yeah. So I got three things here. I'm going to go in order of excitement, based on the most exciting one is last. So first one, I watched the Muppet Show. Did you guys watch
Oh
this?
yeah, I did watch.
I
this.
want
Carpenter.
to. I heard it was cool.
It's great. Like it's
It's fun.
if they were able to reproduce this and make this a show, I think it would be a big hit.
I think it literally just feels like an
Yeah.
episode of the Muppet Show made today. Like it
Nice.
really
If you-
does capture the old spirit.
except for the Kermit voice, but you get used to it.
I mean, it's not their fault. Jim Henson's dead.
but no, yeah. Now they could have done, they could have frozen his head like Walt Disney, and then maybe got him back. But yeah, I think I really liked it. I think Sabrina Carpenter, while not like my favorite pop star for sure, although I find her music's kind of catchy.
She's cool.
Yeah, no, but like out of pop star stuff and in just like the real world stuff, I think she's got a very good like sense for comedy, and like she's very good at picking projects like these. That is something that like even like Taylor Swift couldn't really do.
Mhm.
And like it's interesting seeing her be so forward on that part of her career. It's just interesting because like I could see a world where she is known for this mostly in the future. Like she just takes Muppet stuff and goes for it, and she's good at it. And Seth Rogen, man, what do we remember when he used to be just the guy who smoked pot, and now he's the guy who saved Invincible and The Boys and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and now the Muppets. Like he's just so interesting. But like all
After
those
his
things I
friend
mentioned are
Jason Segel
good.
already saved the Muppets.
Yeah, well, you had to save him from Jason Segel's Muppets if you don't want to mean. If you're one of me, I don't hate Jason Segel's Muppets. I'm just not a huge fan of Jason Segel. But yeah, and I like that like Seth Rogen's in this one a little bit. They've good, yeah, it's just funny. They've good great Rizzo in this. Or not great Rizzo. Well, great Rizzo, great Pepe. So those two, obviously, a lot of Miss Piggy. And that's all you need. I feel like those are that if you could get some really fun moments with them and some fun Bunsen and Beaker stuff, then it's going to be an episode I'm going to like.
Did they
so
make out like
very
a
good.
Rizzo joke? Is that because that feels like some super low hanging fruit?
I don't
don't think
remember.
so.
Yeah, they
Rizzo-
maybe.
Rizzo's bit in this is very specific.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, we should watch it, DJ. It's on Disney Plus and
Yeah.
all that stuff, right? And like it's short, and honestly, like I don't know if even a kid would hate this. Like
Okay.
I feel like they wouldn't get it, but they would.
They
It's
would-
at least
they
fun to
wouldn't
look
get
at, you know.
All of it, but then there's parts where like puppets are just flailing on screen and they'll
Sure.
think that's fun, which has always been
Right,
the
like-
charm of the Muppets is
Yeah.
The
that
first.
it has stuff that's funny for adults, but also it has puppets doing silly things.
Right.
Yeah, like the first musical number or the first actual like number besides the intro bit is like Sabrina Carpenter doing one of her songs, but it is just her beating up a bunch of Muppets in like a Western bar,
Nice.
and that's like the vibe of the song. So like, yeah, I think a kid would see that and enjoy it. The only thing is like, would a kid be scared of the Muppet potentially because some of them are weird looking, especially the four guys that are human sized that walk in the beginning. It's the one problem with the Muppets. They got to get rid of it. They got to do something about those guys because it's not even Sweetums. It's like other guys. I don't know what the fuck is the deal with those.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, loved it. And yeah, hopefully they renew it. I think it did pretty well. I think the reviews were very positive. I think people liked it. And I don't know like what the overhead on a show like that is, but I would hope if there's ever going to be another Muppets thing ever, it's never going to get a better shot than this, like a better runway than what they did. So hopefully they make more. I'll say second thing in the excitement and kind of surprise, how surprised I am that I loved it. I started playing a new game this week. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh
no. I would have wanted to, but now it's gone and everyone hates it. So now I started playing a new game. It's brand new, just got released, called Overwatch.
I heard about this.
Number?
Yeah.
Overwatch.
They just watched it.
They just introduced it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They So people that don't know, Overwatch 1, one of my favorite games. Great hero shooter, classic Blizzard, like just great. You've seen all the guys, or at least like you've seen like Tracer and Winston and stuff. They made Overwatch 2.
Definitely seen Tracer's butt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's even new ones that you've probably seen their butts now that I don't even know their names of. I'm still learning who some of these characters are, which is fun. But they made Overwatch 2, and it was bad in a bunch of ways. It had battle passes people didn't like they got rid of like a lot of the ways people played. It wasn't fun. You had to unlock characters, you had to pay for them. So all of that ruined Overwatch 2. And I believe that was specifically one guy. Or like there was a creative in charge of those decisions that is now gone. So what they did was and the biggest thing we hated about Overwatch 2, and me specifically, really was like, Overwatch 1 was great, but they were always like, but what's going on in this? What's the story of this? And they were always like, well, we'll do it eventually. You're going to do some story missions. You're going to learn all the lore. It's going to be really fun. And they always made these great videos. So it was like, that's great. And then Overwatch 2 was like, that's what this is for. That's the reason we made a new one, is because we had to do the PvE stuff. And then they just like took forever to do it, and it wasn't any good. But now they've relaunched it as Overwatch 0 or whatever. They dropped a 1. They're back on season 1. But they also added a bunch of new characters. They added 5 new heroes, which this seems like explicitly because Marvel Rivals is getting them in a lot of ways. So like we got to up the amount of guys we introduce per year. But then they also seem to be committed to like really like involved in terms of like comics and videos and cinematics and stuff, like a story that is going to take place over this year where a bad guy takes over Talon and like goes, we're going to get everybody. And that part I'm really into because that is fun. And Talon is the bad guy team, and the new character that took over is very fun. They also introduced a bunch of characters that people have wanted for a while, or like character types people have wanted for a while. Most notably, Jetpack Cat is the cat that can drag you off the map. And that one's pretty fun. That had been rumored for a long time in Overwatch like circles. And they also made an Emma Frost character named Domina, who I love. Like, I'm just fun to play. But also like it does feel like Marvel Rivals and them are now like kind of, now they both exist. I think they're going to really make each other better, because there's a lot of stuff Rivals has to start doing better, balancing issues, stuff like that. But then there's a lot of stuff that the Rivals does better than them. It's like putting out characters and stuff. So, I've been playing a lot of it, and it's very good. It's also just a very well balanced shooter, like in a way that Rivals is not. But it doesn't have magic in it. However, Fortnite is about to today. Very exciting stuff. So that is why I'll probably play that forever. The last thing I watched or did this week, which was a big surprise to me, and it gets the Jeff Keighley last spot of the recommendations, which means it's very important.
This is the high guard of Nando's Rex.
This is the high. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. I watched a movie on Monday at an AMC screen unseen on another one of those ones where we all knew what it was beforehand. If you did like a little bit of research, that I'm sure you guys have heard of already. Not sure you guys have heard of, but I imagine you've heard of. People talk about it a lot. Called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Have either of you guys seen this?
Saw the trailer for this,
but
during.
Have you ever watched Nirvana, the band, the show?
No.
Which was like a Canadian comedy show, that Vice picked up in the 2010s.
You've never even seen You've never even seen We Shop Channel Wednesdays?
No, I have not.
That's
I feel like
that's like probably their most memed bit.
Okay.
yeah, I feel like the trouble with them is like you can't find that stuff online. They're I don't know if it's because of Vice or whatever, but they're just not. It's not easy to get. You can go YouTube Nirvana the band the show and find 1 or 2 episodes, but like to find the back catalog, you have to go to like the Wayback Machine or whatever, or like the Internet Archives. But really quick example or explanation of what this is. It's by the guy that made the BlackBerry movie. By the one non-famous person in there who you're like, that guy's pretty interesting that he's around all these famous people. That guy is kind of the creator of this, one of the 2 creators. They're no, I wouldn't say slackers even, but they're just 2 guys. And every week they want to get a show at the Rivoli, which is a theater in Toronto. I don't even think it's that important. It's not like the whatchamacallit, like what's like a famous theater in New York. It's not like the Garden or something where they're like, oh, this is one day. It just seems like one they picked. But they don't have a band. They can kind of play music, but they instead have to do schemes to try to get on the Rivoli's radar somehow. So every episode of the show is like Pinky in the Brain, basically, where they're like, here's our new plan to get a show at the Rivoli. And they're always really bizarre, like really contrived. One of the characters is really kind of crazy. It's very Pinky in the Brain, honestly. The one with the hat is the brain. But the other funny thing about it, so besides the actual thing, and there's an episode that has so much Wahlburgers in it, like that, if for no other reason, you should watch the Wahlburgers episode. They have a great speed running episode that they did with some Canadian speedrunners or something, like video game stuff. That's really fun. I think both of those are easy to find on YouTube. But they also do a lot of segments in public, like Nathan For You, where they'll go onto the street and pretend to be doing something kind of weird and get funny reactions from people. And sometimes they'll be like, hey, can you hold this thing while I just go, do something else? And it'll be like something that seems illegal, but people will be kind of polite and they'll do it. All of that together, great show. They made a movie. Apparently, they've been working on it for a while, so much so that they had filmed another movie that they didn't like and like scrapped it. But then they made this one, and it is about the band trying to get a show at the Rivoli. The same way. It does go in a different direction than they usually go in. They're usually kind of, I don't want to say grounded, but like they usually are plausible in reality as like a thing a human being could do. I'd say this one goes in a slightly more fantastical direction. But it is without a doubt the funniest movie I've seen in a movie theater in like a decade. It is so fucking funny. Damn. I was pretty excited about it going in because I have seen these guys and like a lot, I enjoy their stuff. But even the first 20 minutes, I was like, okay, hey, this is fun. It's just like a fun episode of the show where they're trying to dive off a building or something. That's their scheme. But then when the thing gears shift and it changes into something else, it gets so funny. And it's I really can't like say enough nice things about it. Everybody I know that knows these people and like has like this has been on their radar, has been very excited about this. It's been at festivals for a while, so a lot of people had already seen it, but it hits like a wide release this weekend. And yeah, it is so funny. I'm probably going to see it again because I went by myself because I couldn't fully convince Hannah to go with me, but now I think I can get her on board. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So funny. Wow. And I hope it does well. I think it's probably also pretty cheap, although Neon gave him a lot of money to like do special effects stuff that looks pretty good. In a way that's interesting, I assume. Like I'd like to see the behind the scenes of it. But I hope this is successful because it's really, really funny. The guys that they're making it, the next movie they're making is the Anthony Bourdain biopic with Dominic Sessa. So that'll be interesting. We all watched Blackberry, right?
Nope.
I have not. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch Blackberry? Oh, okay. Yeah. So like it's got an interesting tone, but it's not like this. Like that's kind of trying to be serious or like, whatever. This is not. This is just trying to be silly and it's so good.
I refuse to watch any of that string of movies that was like, it's cool and interesting how this company made this product.
Yeah, I agree. I think out of all of them, this is easily the most palatable and the least propaganda because the company no longer exists, but it is still weird to see them and go like, wow, those are just some guys innovating in a garage, man. They're real smart. But yeah, it's great. Matt Johnson's genius, and very excited for what they're working on next.
So Nando, am I to believe comedy is back?
It's not illegal anymore.
Say it. Yeah, so Elon, I don't know if you saw this, got really into religion recently or something. So he might not be our main guy to hear about this. Yeah, the one you get into if you get caught being a pedophile. Allegedly. He's Russell branding it, as it were.
The Russell rebrand.
The Russell rebrand, yeah. But yeah, everybody should see it. I hope it's a big hit, but also when it hits VOD, I'm sure it'll be shared online immediately, and everybody will go like, "Oh, this is my favorite thing ever." What are we doing next week? Speaking of favorite things ever,
what are we doing next week?
We've got options. We could do Wuthering Heights. We could do Goat. We could do Nirvana the band, the movie. But I mean, it's great, but not quite our thing.
It feels weird to nitpick a comedy.
Yeah, and there is some stuff that's well, you'll see it eventually, and you'll know what I'm thinking right now. But there was also like the movie like The Housemaid just hit VOD. A couple other kind of fun movies hit VOD. Obviously, we have lots of debt. And then
so much debt.
Is Return to Silent Hill on VOD? Because I still really want to do that.
It is. I think it just hit VOD as well. Do you want to do that?
I would love to do that because I hear it's a trash fire.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I saw it on VOD. No, maybe not. Maybe it's coming soon. Let's see. When's it the release? I wish this was easier to find this information. And it just isn't. But I bet it will be online pretty soon if it's not yet. And
we can keep an eye out.
Yeah, but I think if we can make this happen by next week, for sure we do it. I went on the subreddit of Silent Hill because there was a post that was like, when does this movie come out? I want to watch it at home. And I clicked some links and they're just pirated versions of it. So maybe those exist and that's what people were talking about. I was kind of hoping there would be like a date or something. That's all I really wanted. But yeah, maybe that.
I'd love to see it.
Do you guys have anything to plug? DJ.
Check out Roses and Rejections. Probably, hopefully, Love is Blind. New season came out. We'll be talking about it. Hopefully, more to come on
great.
The Pop Break podcast channel. Diggins.
Yeah, what about you?
Nando.
Videos. I put out my look at all those weird. I put up my video cataloging the mutants that currently exist in the Marvel movies. Like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Exactly. We played that a lot in it. Because that is important. And it is, that helps you know if the guy is a mutant or not. And it's weird. It's a weird bunch of characters. And I think it's fun. I think for this video, because I did just watch it again today. I like it because I think these characters that it does introduce are weird. Like some of them are like fun because they're like fun characters, and some of them it's like that's weird that guy ever was real. But then it's interesting why some of them are mutants or not. Like it's interesting that like this one got changed to being a mutant from in the movies, even though they're not usually because of politics or something. I find all that fascinating. I'll also have a video about the Spider-Man Noir trailer that'll probably be coming out pretty soon. And stuff like that. Next week, we don't know. Maybe this Silent Hill movie. Although I'm seeing kind of different opinions on whether or not it is something we can get on VOD now. But we'll let you guys know probably, or you'll see the title and you'll know in the future. But until then, I've been at Nando Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We love you.